They're trying to tell us something. They have figured out the formula for chaos.
When the clock strikes 8:30, babe, time to head for Chris's house. Hey! Will the song make it to the next round?
Oh no!
Pot of thunder. Let's pot tonight. Come on, baby, let's pot tonight.
Woo! Yeah. Ow, 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 ow. Yes, welcome to Pot of Thunder.
Boy.
The recognized symbol of excellence in rock and roll podcasting, brought to you by Blue Microphones. They look great. They sound even better. And you know me.
Andy Jones, he produces this show. Andy Jones, he fat-shamed Mike Reno. Andy Jones, he is not a homo. Andy fucking Jones, nothing more to say.
So you just threw that together, huh?
Threw it together. Put a lot of work into that one.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's right. It's your buddy Andy, America's little brother. And oh, this is going to be good here. Give me one here. Look at this box here. This man, he got up. I'm going to do it this way for you, just so we can make this fella real big here for people watching. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Put your hands together right now. He polka danced. I don't know what to say. He polka danced and juggled his way across the podcast studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Pollock has entered the program with some new tricks. No dancing today, but juggling.
No messing around this evening.
I don't think I knew you could juggle.
This
Really?
is
Yeah, I don't think so.
everything goes to the next level when you record on a Saturday.
When you ride the pine as much as I did,
in Little League?
you grab a couple of baseballs and learn how to juggle.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, Nick Pollock is in the house. Immediately to Nick's left. You want him, we got him.
I can have it every day, yeah. I can have it. Get out of my way, yeah, fuck you.
Put your hands together for the breakout star of the podcast medium. Chris L's in the house, but you may have heard some other voices. It's not just the three of us today. Joining us for the first time in a month or two, our friend Chris Jericho.
It's Jericho. It's Jericho. Tonight.
That might actually be the first time my theme got played, my Halloween theme.
It is.
It is.
Good to be back. And I also have to say that, much to my chagrin, Chris L has now grown on me to becoming one of my favorite vocalists. His attack, his timbre, his tone, his passion. Mm-hmm. It doesn't get any better than
the
that.
attitude.
you stick with it, and good things happen. That's what's going on.
The unintended vibrato.
Oh, I wouldn't say
unforced vibrato.
He's a master.
I wouldn't say unintended. It just kind of comes out of me naturally. So
That's just who you are.
It's just natural. It's the muse. But good to be back, guys.
Thank you.
And I bring my sidekick with me everywhere I go now. Whenever there's Pot of Thunder involved.
Well, not the first time on the show.
I come for the pizza.
Oh, no, we're going to have to call Domino's and have one sent to your house. Not the first time on the show, but the first time that we have a theme song for you, ladies and gentlemen. PJ Farley.
Here comes PJ Farley, stepping up to the microphone. Yes, it's PJ Farley. Now it's a good episode.
Yes.
oh man,
PJ Farley's in the house.
I made it. I got my theme.
You
got
got it.
Too
not
loud,
just
Bob.
not just any theme, a Naked City theme. I mean, that's
Don't
top
play
shelf.
that too loud, or Bob Kulick's ghost is going to come back and sue all my asses. The email that I got that Tom and Zeus, those fucking idiots, deleted after 10 years of having it.
You're gonna get a ghost email.
Yeah, exactly. Did I ever
Just
tell
like
you guys
the email that we had ghosted you and us.
Did I ever tell you guys that story?
No, you've alluded to it. I don't know if you've actually said
Okay,
it.
so Bob Kulick, God bless him, great guy, but towards the end of his life, he started kind of losing it, which has been much documented.
That happens, right?
I got this rant. I would get these emails from him from time to time, like saying I'm a Grammy Award winner, and
people.
I created the SpongeBob theme song and all this other stuff. And one time he sends me this email that Paul, Gene, Doc McGee, and Eric Singer are copied on. And he's saying that him and Pepe Castro are going to sue all of our asses for the Naked City royalties. And he's got screenshots of Naked City written by Bob Kulick, Gene Simmons, and Pepe Castro. Mm-hmm. But he spelt Pepe, Peppy, which of course is wrong. It's Pepe. But he's like, me and Pepe Castro are going to sue all your asses. So that never came to pass. Bob is not with us anymore, but I'm still waiting for his attorneys or next of kin to track me and Paul and Gene and Doc McGee down. And Eric Singer doesn't have fuck all now, especially now that Kiss is done. Yeah. But what are we going to get? Our asses are going to be sued.
Did anybody reply all to that email, or was it just ignored by everybody?
I think of that. I remember I talked to Paul about it, and he said they might have even blocked his emails at that point.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, we're done. We're getting sued. He's like, oh yeah, I'm getting sued for a lot of stuff. So
yeah, target on his back.
Did you know all this, Nick, before you created the Naked City theme to fan the flames?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. I had no idea.
I love that. Wow. I love that.
Tell him the kicker of the email and the ghost.
So I showed it to everybody over the years, and PJ's seen it, so he knew it. And then somehow
I had it.
You had it, right? So then I sent it to Zeus, or showed it to Zeus. We were doing the Shout It Out Loudcast in where were we? Rhode Island,
New Hampshire,
and he was reading it, and then he lost the email. It just disappeared. And not only that, but we couldn't find it in the deleted file, in the trash file. Couldn't find it anywhere. I sent it to PJ, and I couldn't find my.
I couldn't find it either.
He couldn't find it either. Like somehow, fucking Zeus just made it all completely disappear. And I was like, fuck! It's like a piece of history that you lost, you fucking asshole.
And Zeus was reading it on Chris's phone.
Yes.
So he's like, here, look at this. So he held his phone, read the email,
and it disappeared.
It disappeared. And I'm like, don't worry, guys, I have it. He sent it to me too. And I'm like, shit, I can't find it either.
And I went on my laptop
from the cloud.
Yeah, laptop couldn't find it.
It's like it never happened.
I've got emails in there from 2010, and this fucking thing is just gone.
The ghost of Bob Kulick has one hell of an unsend button on his email. I didn't know it worked like that.
Bob was like, not anymore.
Yeah.
But we'll always have the memories, and I'm not lying because PJ saw it. So
I was there.
Yeah. So anyways, the bottom line is, Nick, I'm glad that you wrote that song, because now maybe the ghost of Bob Kulick is going to sue your ass too.
And don't expect that theme to be there tomorrow.
Yeah. It's just going to be gone from the internet. There'll be just a blank space when we listen back to this episode. Us laughing and no one understanding why. All right, so welcome, guys. We're happy to have you here for the, 538th episode of Pot of Thunder. Going to be a big episode. Normally, it would be Nick's turn in our typical rotation, but because we have guests, we had a little powwow beforehand and kicked around a couple ideas, and I think we've got a good one. I think everybody's going to enjoy it. It's in line with what we typically enjoy together in this configuration of Pot of Thunder. So, is there anything that Chris J wants to say about it before we reveal what the song is?
First of all, Andy, I really appreciate your shaker sweater. I used to wear those in high school in the 80s.
Nice. I found it at the Goodwill in Winnipeg. Thank you.
You bought it at the Chris Jericho estate sale that I had a few years ago, where somebody bought my underwear and made a big deal of it.
That's weird.
Well, yeah, so we discussed a few things, because we always try and have a certain vibe when we're on. We never want to go back to a good Good Boys Must Play Extreme or Love to Love UFO debacles.
What kind of debacle was Love to Love? It's a classic.
I heard it the other day on the radio. I was like, when does this song kick in? I vaguely remember, did we do this in Pot of Thunder? Anyways, point being is we like having a good upbeat song from a great era of music, of course, which is always in the late 80s. But the thing that we like having is the caveat of there has to be a video, which is really cool.
Yes.
And I didn't even realize obviously thinking about it, of course there was a video for it because this is the first single from this band's record. And it's a fairly popular song. They still play it live to this day. But I, for one, have never seen the video. And it's also kind of a sequel to one of my all-time favorite Pod of Thunder episodes that I've done. And how many have I done now? Andy, it's got to be 25 or 30.
It's
right?
over 30. It might be 31, 32. Yeah.
Right. So I feel that it was such a great – and I had another one in mind for the sequel, but I feel this one is better because I've never seen the video. And it's involving one of our favorite bands. Like I said, it's a sequel. There's already been jokes established. So we will pick up where we left off.
All right.
Curiosity has peaked.
Yeah. And I will say, should I give one more clue, Andy?
Sure.
That relates to PJ?
Sure.
PJ toured with this band.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Okay. All right. Well, without any...
I think on this tour, as a matter of fact, too. So.
Oh, really? Okay. Then we'll have a lot to talk about. Without any further ado, let's turn the microphone over to a pre-recorded version of Chris Jericho.
All right, Howell.
I'll do it.
This one's called
Tease Me Please Me
Off of
Crazy World
by the band
Scorpion.
Always good to have a Scorpions episode.
Yeah.
Now, Nick, did you recognize the name of the song?
Yes.
Okay.
I
And
did.
Chris, you kind of threw your hands up and shame?
Well, I caught a glimpse of it when Andy was dicking around on the screen, so I knew it was coming. But I know the song. I'm like you. I don't think I've ever seen the video, though.
Yeah. So, and this actually has a little bit of meaning, and then I'll turn the microphone over to PJ Farley. So PJ toured with the Scorps on this record, and I think as of match number 4, this was my ring music for almost a year in the early days of Chris Jericho, to the point where I took this with me on my first tour of Japan, and on the last day of the tour, I gave him the cassette, and I lost. I forgot to get the cassette, and I made the company tour bus wait for me as I ran inside and grabbed the cassette. I'll never forget this guy called Mark Starr from Florida, and I was just a rookie 1 year in the business. Like, hey, motherfucker, we're late for the fucking airport. I'll buy you another fucking Scorpions cassette. Get on the bus. I was like, no, I just got to get my Scorpions cassette, man.
That's awesome.
So, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the theme about when I would go to the ring once it starts playing. But so it has meaning for me, a personal meaning as well.
Okay. Exciting. PJ, is this the right tour that you guys were on? Is that correct?
Correct. It is. Great tour.
So this was before Revenge, correct? Before the Kiss
Yeah, this
tour?
was, I believe this was 90.
Yeah, this came out in 90.
Okay.
I think we started February 91.
91. So was this...
No. February 9th? Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's 91.
I have a poster right here. Hold on.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm saying it was February 91 because I remember.
Yeah, that's right. That's correct.
So, PJ, was this tour with Scorpions, was it bigger than the Revenge tour a year later with Kiss?
Yeah, it was definitely bigger than a Revenge tour. Scorpions, and what's funny is that this tour with the Scorpions, you got to remember that time was a little bit of a gray area, but the Scorpions, and we started on the West Coast. We started Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we went west down to Southern California, worked all the way up through the Midwest, and we did like 2 nights sold out Irvine Meadows in California.
Shit, that's cool.
Like McNichols Arena, Denver, sold out 2 nights at the in Chicago at the
Allstate Rosemont.
Yeah, the Rosemont.
Wow.
It was incredible. So, and this was all before Winds of Change happened.
Right.
So this was a successful.
Oh, was it really?
tour.
Wow. I
Yeah.
guess so, yeah.
It was.
Because that would have been
we
the
didn't-
next
Winds
album,
of
right?
Change. Winds of Change didn't hit until a week after the tour ended because
okay.
we had ended a 3.5-month tour with them, and then we were jumping on with Warrant, and Mr. Big was taking our slot on the Scorpions tour, and it just so happened that To Be With You started skyrocketing, and Winds of Change started hitting at the same time. So it was like, I mean, it got even better for the Scorpions. So it was a great tour though.
And the other thing that those two songs have in common is they both have a lyrical mention of Gorky Park in them. So that's just kind of a weird coincidence how that worked out,
Hey, if you can sing Gorky Park, then it's gonna be a hit.
Exactly.
Hold on, little girl, meet you in the Gorky Park.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It was just the stars were aligning, And
Another thing too, just to put a bow on what PJ just said, I saw Scorps last year, September of 22, and at the Rosemont Allstate Arena, and that fucking place was jam packed. The Scorps are one of the most underrated bands as far as never not being a draw.
Oh.
And even in the lean years in the States, they could go to Russia and fill arenas. So they are fucking so huge and always have been as soon as Blackout hit up until this day.
Well, and the other thing is, people ask about them at the US Festival. People ask about them on the Monsters of Rock. They were the top shelf band on either of those bills. Total pros, nonstop energy, tons of hits. I mean, everything you want in an arena band.
And still to this day. So it's good to see the Scorps still thriving, and excited to see what we get into on this one.
It's crazy.
Scorpion!
It's crazy to think that they're a little over a year away from their 60th anniversary.
That's insane, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that the Scorpions name came as a rip-off homage to the Beatles.
Right.
So that tells you how long ago it was. It's like, we need another type of a bug creature. How about the Scorpions? Yeah. Oh, it's great. And they were like, we're the Scorpions.
It's like, and how do we one up the Beatles? Let's pick a lethal bug. And that would probably put us a notch higher than the Beatles.
Something with venom.
Yeah.
Something that could kill your ass. Let's do
Which one will take them out?
All right.
Oh, very nice.
Well, you guys ready to get into this?
I think
Let's do it.
First time seeing the video for everybody, huh?
I've never seen it.
Never. Okay. PJ, you haven't seen it? Oh, you have seen it. Okay. I previewed it earlier, so me and PJ.
Just make sure it was suitable for airing.
Yes.
How have you guys not seen this video?
I don't know. We never had MTV at the time. It was much music, and maybe they didn't like it.
Yeah.
They did like it. We played the friggin'. I have the fucking poster right here.
All right. Fuck.
We played the Sky Dome in Toronto. A little small venue called the Sky Dome. Maybe you've heard of it.
All right. Well, I haven't seen the fucking video.
What he's not telling you is they played it in the Hard Rock inside the Sky Dome.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
I've seen the video for 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover by Trixter, but I haven't seen the video for Tease Me Please Me, so kill me.
Now is
priorities, man. Priorities.
Was Crazy World after Savage Amusement?
It was the record after Savage Amusement.
Because I remember, obviously, Passion Rules the Game video with just chicks' asses in front of the Savage Amusement kick drum.
Well, this is Scorpions, so I'm sure we're going to see some more chicks' asses.
Well,
in this,
yes, in the title of the song and being familiar with the song and the subject matter, I'm expecting.
They got to give you something to look at.
I'm expecting.
No one in the band is looking.
Only look at Rudolph Schenker for so long.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Great personalities.
Well, and you have Flood's Bushholes will be making an appearance, I'm sure.
This is his last record with the band.
Was
before
it?
He was
that's because he was the fucking accountant doing all the fuzzy math.
Oh, okay.
They found him out.
He said to PJ on the tour, PJ, you got to take over the accounting. Us bass players have to stick together.
The bass players, we do fuzzy math. We take it all.
And he took all the money and the chicks, so they ran him out of the band,
No, that's not true. Rudy always had the chicks.
Yeah, he still does.
All right, well, let's take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with Tease Me, Please Me.
Oh, boy.
Put it on the full screen there, Andy.
Goodbye, honey.
Goodbye, darling.
See you tonight.
Oh, shit. I guess you fucked that one up. Andy.
What's wrong?
No, you put it on full screen and
it went.
Leave it on that and we'll start over again.
What happened?
It back. It just went white, like said exit full screen.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. Just leave it on that.
Okay.
Oh.
Tasteful.
Nice little birds.
Tasteful.
Is that the house?
Tasteful.
Is that the house from the Wasp Love Machine video?
Goodbye, darling.
See you tonight.
I thought it was Paul Stanley's house.
That's almost what video is it where the woman starts Paul's car on fire?
Reason to Live.
Or is it Reason to Live? That immediately popped into my head that might be the same landscape there.
Yeah, it could be. It could be the house that was used for porn movies and metal videos.
It's the John Hughes house of metal videos. Home Alone, Uncle Buck.
Yep.
So the chick's old husband goes to work, and then all of her hot young friends come over. I'm hoping.
So
as they do.
So the quintessential sugar daddy is being sent away, and the party's going to happen.
He's the one who's being teased. And these hot young upstarts are the ones apparently about to be pleased.
All right, are we stuck here? Is this frozen or
no? We're ready.
We're talking. Yeah,
we're talking. Definitely a guy in his situation is. I'm anticipating this video is going to depict his worst fucking nightmare. Meaning, he's going to work and the fucking scorpions are showing up to bang his wife and everybody else in the house.
Which fits perfectly because the original title of the song was "Cuck Me, Fuck Me."
It was the Skyza film.
Look at this. Not even waiting. Bad timing, dudes.
Yep.
She's a horny one, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. You have to fix your plumbing?
She's a horny one.
Oh, she is. Look, you can tell. She's also going to do the 80s, the early 90s metal trope of pulling the hair out and waving her hair around.
That's got to happen. Yeah. Was that the guy? Did the husband drive past them?
Yeah. They almost hit him.
He did. He was not paying attention.
Like he
was too busy on his giant cell phone making calls.
That's an error in the plot already.
Uh-oh.
Wouldn't that be the end of the video? Wouldn't he just stop and say, "Who are these guys?"
Wait a minute.
That was it. So we're done. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
The rich husband is always the clueless one, the one who's last to know. He's just and like Jericho said, he's already on his mobile phone. A hardwired car phone making deals.
Yeah.
And meanwhile his whole life is about to come crashing down unbeknownst to him. Is that by chance a Matthias Jabs coffee mug in her hand?
PJ, I gifted the entire crew here Matthias Jabs coffee cups.
There's one.
Now, are we going with Matthias or Matthias?
Well, it's Matthias, but it's Matthias because that's what we always call
it. Because we're American dickheads.
We know it's Matthias Japs, but I was always Matthias Jabs.
Exactly.
I only ask, I guess because you guys didn't tour with him and I did. So
yeah.
Points off.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though.
I'll go with what you guys say.
I had him on Talk as Jericho for 45 minutes, which I guarantee is longer than you spoke to him cumulatively on the whole 3.5 months you were on tour with him.
And we both got the same out of the conversation.
Hi.
All right. So yeah, she's
just fine.
So she's stroking her own neck, and the repair guy, who of course is a good-looking individual, is marching his way into the home. So
with a tool, with a tool belt or a
toolbox,
with the funniest looking toolbox I've ever, like the longest toolbox ever.
That looks like the toolbox.
Hey, that's a horse of another color. But yeah, that toolbox holds like a hammer and a screwdriver, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
Sure it does.
It looks like the toolbox I made in metal shop in 7th grade. It was like a mile long.
Why did you do that?
Because that was the template. I don't know.
Okay, that's just what it was
Fucking
supposed to be.
old guy running the metal shop. He had his measurements off.
It's like more.
It's the Fred Flintstone of toolboxes.
It was like so you could fit an actual yardstick in there without breaking it down.
Our metal shop teacher's named Mr. Vandenberg, and he had really bad BO, and everyone called him Vandersmells.
It's not even creative. It must have been.
It was grade 8.
He must have been really smelly.
You know what? I toured with Mr. Vandenberg, and he actually pronounces it Vandenborg.
And
Yeah,
Nick toured with him,
right.
you didn't. So
Vandenborg.
All right, let's get to what's in that coffee cup. That Gary Ferrone?
So the Scorps are waiting for him in the garage. T.S. is looking cool. Rudolph's the one guy in rock that could always make a mustache work.
Yeah, he's about it, right?
although he's lost it in recent years, he doesn't.
I know,
rock
but
a
Relatively
mustache.
speaking, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because it got white or something. But yeah, he rocked that stash in the 80s, and you're like, okay. It's like Klaus could wear a cap, and Rudolph could wear a mustache.
Yeah.
I would never be in a band with someone with a mustache or a baseball cap. I'm just throwing that out there. and PJ, by the way, when Ace Frehley was asked about who played bass on his album, he said, Steve's guy, the one with the hat.
The guy, and Joey Caserta, and here we go. I don't know.
Caserta.
The guy with the hat.
The guy with the hat. I don't even think I got that out of him.
Well, at least he didn't call you an imbecile. That's my album's gonna make Paul look like an imbecile. Okay.
No, Paul's doing a good enough job with that on his own.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a typical. It's a classic amateur mistake, Chris.
Yes, it is.
I'm really loving the riff and the groove so far. I don't think I'm familiar with this one.
You've not heard this song?
At least it's not
Really?
popping. It's not.
Oh yeah,
popping out at
it's
me.
a great one.
Let's get to the chorus. Wait till you hear this.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. So when I use this as my ring song, the reason why is it's got that intro.
Yeah,
And then it
The slow build.
and then it kicks in, right?
Yeah.
But that intro is about 30 or 45 seconds long, and I remember back in that time waiting at the curtain, because there was literally a curtain on, like a pipe and drape curtain between the dressing room, aka the high school locker room, and the gymnasium. They'd be like, go. I'm like, no, it's not time.
Yeah.
You gotta go, kid. It's not fucking time. You gotta wait for it to kick in. And it's like, you gotta go. I had so much heat from the hires up, because like this kid
all over a
he's
Scorpion
not listening. And I was like, no, you got. That's why I picked it, because it's got the intro to build anticipation. And then when it kicks in, I run out there and I shake all the people's hands, and I got fired because I'm a good guy, babyface. They kept trying to throw me through the curtain, and I said no, and I got in big trouble for that.
Yeah, but this is all, very theatrical, building tension to the big release and coming in rocking. That's great.
And woo!
Well, you had 3 minutes for your match, and the first 40 seconds for the intro to the Scorpion song. Like, trust me, I know what I'm doing.
No, times were different then. There was no TV. It's like, go out there and do 30 minutes so the vets could have another cigarette and do another line of Coke.
Oh, there you go. Then, so what are they complaining about?
Yeah.
All right, and back to this video real quick. This is the neatest, most neatly organized garage I've ever seen in my life. And I think that's all the exact same wrench, too. There's like 14 of them. Not even different sizes. Yeah, it does. All right, let's keep rolling.
They filmed it at Bob Vila's house, I think.
Home Improvement.
Yeah.
All right. A couple things here about the hairstyles. This could be Matthias's last stand with no hat.
Yeah.
It's his hair. He's fluffed it up a bit because I'm sure he's almost bald in certain areas. So I think after this, he started wearing a hat. Yeah. And Flood's book holds. We call him Flood's PJ because his leather pants are always just a little too short. He's got this like weird perm thing, flow back hair.
Yeah.
It looks awful. It looks like Clancy Brown in fucking Highlander or something. And not a good look for Francis Buchholz. So I think he's also wearing blue jeans, which are too light in color and too pulled high up, which once again leaves him with his trademark Floods.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we would that would be he'd probably be holding on to those from like we're talking about 90, 91 here. Yeah. So these are his 88 jeans still fitting and going, all right. Those are acceptable in 88.
Well, those are his Levi 501s. You know, the real tight ones.
Yeah. You know it.
Let's see what he's got. Let's see his pants.
This is an odd combination. It's almost like they took a cologne commercial and mixed it with Scorpions footage.
Yeah.
It's like a Levi's 501 Blues commercial.
Yeah.
And like a Budweiser,
like a perfume, a little bit of a perfume commercial added in there.
When you see those are the last stand for that type of insane filmmaking. Like they come out of the blue just between regular commercials. Some perfume commercial that's totally off the wall.
Really
There's
weird.
like someone walking a leopard.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Or it could be like a Folgers coffee commercial, maybe.
Yeah, that could work too. That's kind of, it's got the look of their garage band thing here. It's kind of got that tone to it.
Yeah, I like how she wasn't aware that the Scorpions were in her garage.
Well, she's preoccupied with the hunky repair guy.
The fucking hunk.
What's he? He's like,
look, a guy with a hammer just showed up.
Well, did you notice that he's about 30 seconds into the workday, and for whatever reason, he's got a glass pitcher filled with ice water that he's about to dump over himself?
Yeah.
He doesn't
chest water.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not a thermos. He's got a glass pitcher.
Did he bring
it's
that?
It's really hot in Berlin this day.
Yeah, I think
he's a maniac.
I think it's lemonade in that pitcher too.
Oh, even stickier.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Now, but what's he doing? Is he like fucking getting a divining rod out? He's like digging something.
In a way.
Well, he's got a whole box there, so let's see.
Yeah, I think he's digging fence posts.
He did have a post hole
doing?
digger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Post hole digging.
I couldn't tell what he was doing there, but
right before he dumps the lemonade on himself, you hear.
Look at that. Jeez. Now you've not heard this?
I do know it by the chorus.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
That's a great chorus.
And it's a great
song.
Really
the whole
is.
arrangement is great, and it sounds great.
It could be the Scorpions' last great song. Like,
last great rock song. Yeah,
like they got
Nick's gonna disagree with
that
me.
album had a lot of great songs.
Yeah, it's a good album, man.
It had "Don't Believe Her." It had the Who cover, right? Was that on that?
No. It had "Don't Believe Her." It had "Kicks at 6." It had
that was the Gorky Park album you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Well, they did.
The Crazy World is a great song. The title track.
There was another one. It was "Tease Me Please Me," "Don't Believe Her," and there was another one.
Hit Between the Eyes. Hit Between the Eyes.
Okay, that and then Winds of Change.
Yeah.
So,
Send Me an Angel was a hit too.
Mm-hmm.
This is their last really big
Nick
record.
disagrees with you. Nick's pulling up some of his more recent favorites.
I do disagree. I have a guilty pleasure song that I think a lot of people would consider very stupid, but I think I just love it. It's only from a couple albums back. It's called "Rock My Car." It's just the dumbest thing, but it's great.
All right,
it's a Scorpion song.
Yeah. It's the album that had like a crown on it. I forgot what the name.
Yeah,
it
was like some covers were on it and stuff.
Yeah,
but their new record, Rock Believer, is really good too. But once again, a great Scorpions record in 2022, Falls in the Forest. Does anybody hear it? The answer is probably no. But this also came out, Tease Me Please Me, right at the end of like the Scorpions run where they still had some steam, because the next record was Face the Heat and nobody gave a shit, you know?
Yeah.
And that was
they had a song called Wild Child from 96 that was pretty good, but nobody knew it.
Which is ironic, though, because, I mean, Crazy World turned out to be a massive record.
But 93 was a lot different from 91, right? Like,
yeah. But it's just ironic that they came off probably their biggest record in how
probably
long?
since Love at First Sting, obviously, yeah. For sure.
And then they were like Trapdoor and Cloud 9.
It's speaking of not giving a shit, this repair guy just seems completely oblivious to the woman in lingerie who's just standing above him, staring at him, and he doesn't even notice she's there.
Well, I mean, look at him. That's his gig. He probably sees that every day.
Yeah.
And even worse, he doesn't care about the fucking classic, legendary German heavy metal band blasting
in the
from the garage 20 feet away from him, the fucking guy.
He's just like that.
He's here to do a job.
Yep. It's just a job, man. God damn.
Just
a job. Yeah, he doesn't like any distractions, apparently. This guy's a real pro. Jeez.
I like this part.
I don't even. Sorry. What happened?
Chris erupted over here.
A tight shot of the woman's cleavage in the lingerie. Jesus.
Gotcha.
Risque shot.
Very provocative.
And I worked at Playboy for 13 years.
She's hotter than the entire women's softball team from the I'm Leaving You.
She is
video.
pretty friggin' hot. I'll say that. Brunette, man. Yeah.
Did you rewind it?
A couple
Andy,
seconds.
So you can see the shot that Chris blew a load to in his pants.
Let's see.
I mean, it might have been the close-up of
There
Herman
it is. There it is.
Sweaty. Things
Looks
falling
like there could
off
be
her.
a boob job maybe, which is good for 1990, kind of the early days.
The dude who sped off of the Mercedes paid for that. So
the old school silicone puppies, bolt-ons.
Cuck me, fuck me.
Well, Chris heard that and went,
squeeze me.
Yeah, there you go.
Before I have to go.
Where they're going.
We're probably going to comment on the same thing.
Dude, I was going to say, this might be the German Gerardo.
Germardo.
Germardo.
I love when we think he's German. This is probably filmed at fucking Van Nuys.
Yeah.
Oh,
sure. Yeah,
but he's a white guy. It's reasonable to think he's possibly got of German.
And I'll say this too: he's done a hell of a job cleaning up that garage and hanging those bicycles in the background.
That's true. He probably is German.
Well done. Yeah,
the German
garage.
Efficiency. They're very proud of that over there.
He is German.
Yeah, you're not going to have anything out of order there.
No.
You know who his cousin is? Marcus Mueller.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, back to the song though. I mean, how many strip joints must this song have been rolled in? Probably everyone on the planet. You know, just the groove of it.
I have visited many of strip joints with Herman Maribel and Francis and
Rudolph.
Rudy. Yeah, and maybe if we did 50 shows, 50 towns, 50 strip clubs.
Really?
Nice.
Those were every night, guys?
It was, I mean, Tease Me, Please Me, Cherry Pie, Give It to Me Good.
There you go.
You know, and that's still a habit to this day. Red Cup Jeff has to take Rudolph Shankar and Mickey D out every time they're in Vegas on those residencies, etc. So they like their strip clubs. And when I interviewed Rudolph Shankar for Talk Is Jericho, he had with him a baby and a wife who was probably 30 and looked exactly like you would expect her to look, and they had a baby together. So Rudolph is still pulling these broads well into his 70s.
He's the Anthony Quinn of metal.
He's the Tony Randall.
Yeah, there you go.
He's the Telly Savalas of metal.
Yes, exactly.
Who loves you, baby?
I'm gonna put a baby in you.
Put a baby in you. That's what I'm gonna do.
What a creep. Has PJ ever seen that? But,
Did I show you that clip, PJ, of Telly Savalas and the Reporter? When he's eating yogurt, he's like, I'm going to put a baby in you.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have beautiful babies.
I heard it on this show.
Oh, okay.
We talk about it every episode.
Yeah, we talk about it once a week, probably.
The estate of Telly Savalas is not happy with this show.
Yeah. You're going to sue our asses for using that.
If Pepe Castro hears about this, you guys are all fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell Ace about it.
Let's see what Ryko Suave has going on here.
Can I say something? Only the Scorps can get away with
the lyric.
Fever running around. Boys are back in town.
No, spread the word around.
Yeah,
boys are back in town.
Real and rocking. Like, if I ever submitted lyrics to Rich Ward that included the phrase "reelin' and rockin'," they'd be thrown into the trash quicker than frickin' you could say, like Marcus Mueller. Like, there's no way that we even get past the initial gates.
Quicker than you could bring in the lyrics "reelin' and rockin'."
But nobody's...
The guy with the hat doesn't like him either.
Nah, Pepe or the guy with the hat, and then Joey Caserta.
Let's just Caserta. Love that.
Joey Lasorda. It's going to be at some point.
Yeah.
Johnny Lasorda.
Look at Floods Buchholz's video wear.
Yeah.
Jeans and a tank top. I don't know.
Look, that's as good as look. Do we need to pull up old pictures of the Scorpions? Well, that's as good as it's going to get, man.
Yeah, it only gets worse when you go back.
What the fuck are you expecting?
Honestly, I have zero complaints about anything with this video as far as the song and as far as the Scorpions' performance.
This is passable.
And presence.
Full on.
I think your attacks on Buchholz are rooted in jealousy, Jericho, at this point. I think you're attacking him unnecessarily.
I'm a failed bass player, man. I always wish that, if you read my high school yearbook, it said ambition to be Floods Buchholz, fate to end up on a cheap ass talk show at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, jeez.
Francis is still holding on to a little bit of the early Jericho kind of, not mullet, but something going on. A little bit of a mullet.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and
I'm going to lay off Buchholz. I was standing up for him because he embezzled the Scorpions and stole money. But if you guys are fine with it, I'm fine with it too.
I'm also wondering, though. I wonder if his the shades he's got on are like full on, like that guy in the Different World show that they fold up.
Kadeem Hardison.
Yeah, that the dark lenses fold up and just sit on his forehead. The ones underneath it are clear. If that's what he's got on, that's like total of the times. That would be great.
Floods actually got into acting and starred in the German sequel, German Men Can't Jump. So he might have been preparing for the role at this point.
I'm enjoying the shot of the snakeskin shoes here.
Yeah, and not boots. These are low cut shoes.
That's got Klaus written all over.
Oh yeah,
Klaus showed up ready to rock, man. He's got a leather jacket. He's got his black cap on.
Yeah,
he's like, video shoot. Fuck, I got to dress up for this shit.
Oh, and these guys were just as.
What you can't see is that there's a 6-inch heel on the back of their feet.
Well, he is standing on a ladder.
That is the heel. What you see is actually the whole shoe.
The ladder is part of the shoe. Yeah.
That's not a ladder. That's his heel.
But back to the lyrics, the reeling.
That's what he uses in the photo session.
Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead, Chris.
Back to the lyrics. Let's just tell it like it is. If Klaus Meine wants reeling and rocking in there, reeling and rocking is going to be in the fucking song. Nobody's censoring Klaus Meine.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Well, if it's anyone who can sing reeling and rocking and sell it, it's Klaus and maybe Dio, and that's it.
And that's the end of it.
Maybe Bon Scott. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're fucking right. If Klaus wants it, he can own it and sing it, and that's just the way it goes.
Even with the accent.
You don't question anything he says.
No, absolutely not. Giant of entertainment, you know.
It's like fucking Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen said that he never even read Roth's lyrics or even paid any attention to what they were because he didn't understand them anyway. So he just worried about writing cool songs, and Roth would put whatever he wanted on it, and fucking that's how they made their money. So I'm sure Rudolph feels the same way.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm gonna go
play for a second.
What does she have? A shrimp cocktail on the rack?
Just rewind it for 2 seconds before we comment.
Let it run for 2 seconds. Is that what you said?
Yeah, just take it back a little bit and let it take it back 5 seconds and let it run for 5 seconds. There's just one part I really love vocally on this.
Okay.
And then we go back to the video. I love that part. You can stop it. How he repeats it. So hard to choose. So good.
Okay,
That's good.
Can we talk about the guy polishing the statue here?
Yeah, this is the perfume commercial segment.
Did he have that? Is that rag? Was that in the toolbox?
I guess so. He knew what he had to do.
His toolbox is like.
Is that part of the job description?
Can I be the devil's advocate here on the hotness of this guy? I feel he's almost like a butterface.
Well,
a butt him face. Like he's got a super hot body.
Here comes more jealousy from Jericho. Just finding
I'm just
fault
fucking not happy with anybody in this fucking
finding
video.
fault.
I
where
actually
fault
think he
doesn't
looks.
exist.
I actually think he looks like Corey Taylor.
Really?
I think who said Gary Sharon earlier? Because I'm seeing that.
That's
right
a good
now.
call.
I did.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that.
I'll give you the Gary Sharon, but not the Corey Taylor.
When he first entered, I said Gary Sharon.
Look where Andy's got it paused right now. It looks just like him.
Yeah.
Is that Venus de Milo with arms?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's how the arms fell off. He wasn't paying attention when he polished her.
That was fucking Bon Scott.
Yeah, he knocked it over. I would like to possibly correct you on the lyric you quoted there, Jericho. I think it might be so hard to chew in reference to the shrimp cocktail that she's got on the floaty there.
Hard to chew.
Who's to say?
It's so hard to chew.
Even if you asked him, you'd be like, what? Okay.
Jericho left.
He gave up. He's had enough.
We drove him out. He's gone. Shrimp cocktail references. That's where he draws the line.
That's what finally, of all the shit we've been through in 31 episodes, it's the shrimp cocktail that drove me away. See you later, suckers. Have fun. Oh, it's double screen now. Even she's had enough.
See that lemon wedge that came with the shrimp cocktail? She's just squirting it straight into her mouth at that point. You know?
Well, actually, the actual lyric for the song is "Squeeze me."
There you go.
And she's referencing the lemon that she's putting on the shrimp.
Now I have to.
I'll tell you what. If she's drinking that kind of lemon juice, no squeezing is going to be required from the other end.
Okay.
Well, squeeze my lemon, baby.
See, now I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna bring up Slade this episode, but now I have to.
Jesus.
When
Once a week.
Andy mentioned this song title to me earlier, and I'm like, "Are you talking "Squeeze Me Please Me" by Slade?"
Yep, good call. I forgot about that. There
Yeah.
actually is a song called "Squeeze Me, Please Me."
Which
And
one?
it's
That
really
had to be
annoying
first,
too,
right?
isn't it?
It's really annoying. Yeah, the chorus is really shrill.
What's wrong with it?
I'll say that.
What's wrong with it? I haven't heard
Well,
it.
just it is.
Okay.
Shrill.
It's very
Squeeze
shrill.
me, please me. Squeeze me, please me, or something like that.
No, it's
nothing like that.
stand back from
It
the
would be
speaker
better with
if
a
you put
German
it on.
accent.
Well, it's Slade though, so it's English. Squeeze me, please me. Squeeze me, please me.
Right, it would be better in German.
Could be it.
There's a boat in there.
Yeah.
Oh
What happened?
Just peed on her.
No.
He peed on her. he was peeing in the yard and he turned.
Never tap a man on his shoulder while he's taking a leak on your property.
In the middle of your yard.
So is that him teasing her or pleasing her?
They are German, so
Either way,
both.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it makes sense that would happen after he drank that entire pitcher of lemonade. I mean, eventually you got to relieve yourself.
Tease
High
me,
sugar
tease
content.
me.
How
A lot of
embarrassing.
sugar in that.
Yeah, you don't walk up on somebody behind them while they're
Just
taking
let
a
him.
leak. and-
Just let him finish.
Yeah, just
Andy, can you rewind it a couple seconds? You got to see this. He's clearly peeing.
Oh, right.
okay,
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Well, you know,
That
the
freeze
lifestyles
frame,
of
that
the
was
rich
like
and famous.
Like a
are
Peter
freaks.
North film.
Yeah, exactly.
I just noticed there's a jet ski
Yeah,
in
there's
there.
a jet ski on there. And Klaus is on it.
Sitting on a jet ski.
Well, 1990, that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, right there. Look at that.
I noticed that Matthias's hair is getting less and less full as the video goes on.
Oh, and here's
It's like a dandelion. The breeze came through.
It's getting very thin now. It's just barely. You can see, okay,
what-
time for the hat.
band guys.
Matthias was like, tease me.
About his hair. Please.
Okay, band guys.
Who,
which,
me?
which is everybody in the room, everybody on the call. Band guys. What else are we seeing in this shot here? Take a look closely.
I can't really see shit.
A box on the amp.
It's a
Or
box.
fan?
Why
box fan?
does every fucking drummer in the world have to have a fucking fan on them?
Good point.
I swear to
fucking
God,
old.
our drummer, it was loaded in the fucking van. He had a fucking a fan. He couldn't perform without it, and that was like true of everybody. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? How hot does it get back there?
They have air conditioners now behind them.
Jesus, every drummer with the fucking fan, get out of here with that shit.
Well, apparently it hurts the sweat.
I guess
It's
so.
because Randy Castillo looked so great with that going on, right?
So then everybody copied
Probably.
Yeah, that's true. They always kind of had Robert Sweet too. Had the fan with the hair all over the place. You know.
I mean, I don't know much about it because I've never have, but I heard sweating is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Hey, that's the price you pay when you're a drummer. It's like complaining setting up your fucking drum kit. That's why you don't become a drummer. You became the drummer. You set up the kit. You sweat when you play. End of story.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, get the box fan out of the fucking van and just do your job. Jesus. And then
You buy
it's
a
like,
drum set and a fan. Package deal.
I mean, you got to give him credit for like the authenticity of, was the box fan really necessary for the video shoot? But
Well, look
the
at it. I mean, they're
authenticity.
outside at a pool in definitely California. So yeah, I mean, look, hey, but you know what? Touche. Now the Germans know what it's like to be in the oven.
Oh damn.
Too soon. Too soon.
Jesus. We knew it was coming at some point, and there it was.
And
Hey.
that's the end of the show.
Like
Good
literally,
night.
we're canceled. We're done. All it took was the guy with the hat got Water Thunder canceled after 5 other episodes.
Oh, he'd have my back.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to figure out a way to work that in, but you got it. Yeah, Ace would not have an issue with that.
He high-fiving you right now.
Yeah.
He's got the uniform to prove it.
Yeah, he does.
Are we listening to the solo?
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I was more concerned with the fact that the girl finally said, "Hey, you're fixing the wrong thing."
Yeah.
No, she
Can
got
we take it back just to listen to the solo? I was too busy. I forgot the point of the show, which is to listen to the shit. Can we just listen to the solo one more time, please?
Sure. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a good
I
solo.
feel Matthias Jabs is one of the most underrated guitar players of the era.
Absolutely right. And
I think people talk about Warren DeMartini. I think Matthias fucking wipes his ass with Warren DeMartini.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's right up there with the oven comment in terms of shaking things up a bit. But,
But let's listen to the solo. Listen to the tastiness and the choice he makes. Even though you know he can shred, he just chooses to play fucking beautiful, tasty riffs. Let's hear it.
Absolutely.
Great.
You're talking about two guitar players though that, and this might be to something that you were saying how they're underrated because neither one of these guitar players were the shred guys. They wrote great guitar solos, singable melodic guitar solos. They weren't fucking flashy. They played great guitar solos, and unfortunately, if you're trying to get the spotlight or attention as a guitar player, you have to jump through hoops, with so many tried to do that. But the reason why you don't hear about Matthias and Rudolph, because they just played great guitar solos. They weren't flashy.
I feel like that's like Angus Young, for example, is not a flashy guitar player, but he's a great guitar player because he plays best solos for the song, right? And that's
same school right there.
Right, but my point is everyone talks about Angus, and deservedly so, but no one ever mentions like Steve Austin. Like I'll tell you if I called him right now,
I love
who the most underrated guitar player of that area is? That Matthias Jabs, man. That guy's a great fucking guitar player. What do you think about him? What do you like? What do you think about the Scorpions in that whole scene? What do you think about them?
And I'll tell you what, Angus and the Scorpions, very similar school. Angus was a huge presence and character. That's why people hail Angus Young as a guitar player. But if you A/B like guitar and like solos and stuff like that, like Scorpions came from that same school. Like they played great solos. They weren't shooting swinging for the fences.
And that's what actually there's a little known solo project that was recorded in '91 that was shelved, but it still runs. Angus and Matthias, and they're doing a little thing together, so we can look forward to that
with Steve Austin on vocals.
Hey man, what do you think about Matthias Jabs? He's a pretty good guitar player. Am I right? What do you think about him?
Call me back. Let's talk about it.
I was trying
for an hour and a half.
I was trying to think of what solo like. There were certain parts of this solo that reminded me of another solo, and it took me a minute, but it's Rock You Like a Hurricane. Same band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, guitar players go to this, like, they'll go to the same well, like, that they all have a library of signature licks that they
the bag of tricks,
to.
if you will, right?
But the thing about Jabs' solos, you could tie it in with Angus or whatever, they're always well composed, sound great, the tone is there, and there's just the right amount of like flash and style and pizzazz without it just being an exercise and waving your dick around like this is what I can do.
It's the fine line of creating a guitar solo that's exciting enough to know that it's lifting that part of the song, but not enough to go, oh my God, did you hear that? And it's not distracting, but it's also not impressive.
Exactly.
It's the perfect fucking guitar solo.
Perfectly stated.
Its job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Quick thing before we go back to it, and what do we think of Francis Buchholz as a bass player? To me, Scorps are a lot like Judas Priest in that you never really hear any bass. The only bass part I can ever think of in a Scorpion song that stands out at all to me is China White, which is a great bass part. But other than that, there's no fucking anything on this song.
I disagree. I think I hear the bass on this. I hear the bass on this. The bass sounds great on this. I can definitely hear it. And then
this record sounded great. This was a great sounding record, Crazy World.
Yeah.
There was a lot of bass in it. It definitely, I mean, no, there's actually, I got to disagree. I mean, from a bass player's perspective, there was definitely bass in the Scorpions.
Yeah, and
I'm leaving you as a good bass line. You can hear it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the way that it's produced then, because you don't hear a lot of bass in the mix.
Well, there was that passage where the bass dropped out for a couple of measures, and then when it came back in, it had a pretty nice impact there.
Yeah.
I thought for those.
Once again, an unprovoked, unwarranted shot at Flood's Bushholds. He's going at him like Barty in this situation.
He fucked my girlfriend in '86.
Yeah, I mean this is not injustice for all here. I can hear the bass.
You guys are right, because when he does come back in after that part, where it goes bang, and he goes boom, boom, ding, 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 like. And I mean. The opening salvo of Rock You Like a Hurricane. Boom, boom, boom. The whole thing is bass drums driven. This is the fucking problem in '95.
It's not like a Metallica record.
When I made my first chunk of change in the business, I invested with Buchholz and Reiner, accounting firm, and I lost all my fucking money. And
the truth comes out.
Reiner was involved in this too.
Reiner was involved. Yeah.
What a rhythm section your firm had.
Reiner's a German Jew, so it all fits together, doesn't it?
There you go.
Wow. All right, let's keep going. We're getting close to
the
end.
struggle is real.
Hey, Speedman. Total bass everywhere. What an unprovoked style.
Nice. Third outfit change, by the way.
Oh, nice, yeah. For Klaus?
For the girl.
Oh.
Wait, say that again?
There's a continuity error. Unless there's another girl in there. She went from the blue to the, from the white lace to the blue bathing suit back to a white. What are we looking at here?
I'm getting I'm thinking there's Vaseline on the lens, because I'm getting like a dream sequence vibe here.
Oh, so you think it's not happening?
No, I'm thinking this isn't happening.
I'm looking at Buchholz's hairstyle right here. I mean, that's just fucking terrible. Come on, man.
I'd do it if I could.
You know what's funny?
Total Clancy Brown.
Right now.
Nick would do it right now if he could.
Well, of course.
He would take it.
So would you, Andy? I mean, anybody would do it if you could, but doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, that's
Francis actually looks like the Scorpion. Francis looks like the Scorpions tour manager.
Yeah, that's my point. He never fit.
No, he literally. I would confuse them on tour all the time.
He literally looked like the tour manager.
Exactly, and he was Bon Jovi's tour manager too at the time.
Wow.
I mean, they looked exactly alike.
Well, that was his brother Freddie Buchholz. You didn't know that at the time. Who was the other Buchholz and Buchholz and Reiner?
Yeah,
they both
exactly.
Became accountants and rip off my fucking money.
Frank and Freddie.
He would just put glasses on and go back and forth from one to the other.
I am Frank. I'm Freddie.
That's where the flip up glasses come in.
I'm Frank.
Men can't jump.
So wait, so Nick, you're alleging that this tryst is not actually happening between the wife.
It
and
looks
the
like it's
handyman?
getting fuzzy, a little foggy on the lens when we're seeing
you're
it.
saying
Much like Francis's fucking math.
So you're fuzzy like Francis's math. So you're thinking it's a dream sequence. Right.
Yeah, it's a dream sequence from,
no one's
from what I'm
getting
getting.
Teased. They're still getting teased.
Is he dreaming it or is she dreaming it? She is,
Let's
right?
find out.
Yeah, let's
find
out.
out.
I think Buchholz is gonna wake up and his whole career in the Scorpions was just a dream, like fucking Patrick,
like the end of Newhart.
Or Dallas. Exactly.
Also, do we have a running tally of how many outfit changes Germardo has had? Or is he just wearing the same thing the whole time?
He's naked.
Okay.
Yes, pair of ass sweat.
He didn't pull his pants up after he was peeing in the yard.
And shirts.
Let's get the right name. Ryko Suave. That's
that's what we're going with.
That's the one. That's the winner.
Yeah, that's the line of the night. Hello.
Oh boy.
Are they fucking making love on a piano?
No, that's a staircase right there.
Well, there was a piano a couple seconds ago, right there.
Is that a
piano?
piano?
By the way,
that is a piano.
They're in this. They're on the set of the Imagine video, actually, for this part.
Can I say again, this woman exponentially better looking than Yoko Ono. Understatement of the century. But
anyone in that video is exponentially better looking than Yoko.
But yeah,
that includes the Germans.
Good call noticing the piano. That blew right by me. And now she's wearing something in red, right? Is that
and then when they switch back on the staircase, her butt cheeks get pushed up against the glass staircase like the tits in Kentucky Fried Movie. Yeah, look at the ass. Oh, he's grabbing breast there.
Key shift.
She called a friend?
I don't know what happened. Was he just grabbing her breasts there? Have we gone into? Is this one of those ones like the Who Wants to Be Lonely uncensored video where there's like naked chicks in it that weren't really naked, but all of us tried to see it because we heard there was naked chicks?
Because Paul Stanley said it was too hot for MTV, but then
there's nothing.
It was just they didn't play it on MTV because nobody liked it.
Exactly. He just made up a reason why they went, kiss, no thanks.
Yeah. I don't know. What is going on here, Nick?
It's too long.
What's going on here, Nick?
Yeah.
It's a dream sequence. It's a dream sequence.
It is? I was trying to see if your theory was confirmed, if you feel like it is.
There's the Imagine piano. It's,
all over the house.
Some phantom breasts or something.
For whatever reason, this guy dreams of making love in a communist sort of manifesto song happening. That's his thing. I guess.
When in Rome.
I think it's her dream sequence.
Okay, she's into that.
The
then.
lonely, neglected wife of a sugar daddy.
Yeah, I don't think he could be bothered.
She's the one saying "Tease me, please me," not him. She is.
Yeah. He's got fence posts.
She's the horny one.
I still think it's a Buchholz drug dream or a Herman Rarebell fucking hangover.
Could be. There's so many plausible theories. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out which one it is here in the last minute.
We still got a minute to go.
Oh, go ahead. No.
What's that?
Chris J was talking. Was there something you wanted to say?
I said we still got a minute to go.
Yeah, we still have a minute.
To be revealed.
Yeah, because we just had this key change, so they've got to do that a couple times.
There's the tits. Oh, that's a back. Uh-oh.
Get any work done around here today, kid?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Let's go.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Did this punk kid get anything done?
Well, he worked very hard today, but he didn't quite finish. I'd like to have him back tomorrow.
Great.
Alrighty.
So I love that the Scorpions had no problem just being the soundtrack to all that.
Yeah.
I love how it's setting up that now she's be seeing this guy on a regular basis, and she's just literally shoving in this fucking cuck me fuck me guy's face.
Yeah, she is, isn't she?
And the guy's left, but are the Scorpions still in the garage? Did they just like live there or what?
Scorpions live there. We've determined they moved into this guy's house.
Well, they rent his garage as a rehearsal space. So
all I know, if I'm in the Scorpions and I read that treatment, I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah. And if I'm Ryko Suave and I get that audition, I'm like, I'm in.
Ryko Suave.
Ryko.
It's Mitt Romney.
For sure.
First guy that's been listening. We've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. It's the first guy that showed up.
No, it's just the first comment I put on the screen. But I wanted to point
totally
out
looked like Mitt Romney.
that Jerry pointed out that it looked like Mitt Romney. It did. The businessman.
Jerry Coker.
You're right. That's a good call, Mitt Romney. That was good.
I dressed up as sexy Mitt Romney for Christmas once.
Sexy Mitt Romney?
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Yeah, what the fuck's the problem with that?
So many holes in that story.
You guys do it different over there, I guess.
Sounds right to me.
Who had more fun than the Scorpions on this video shoot?
Man, in every video, they had the best time.
Look, Scorpions, and look, me and Chris will tell you, Scorpions, Dora Pesch, any German rock and roll star is the happiest, happy to be there, most excited about whatever they're doing, wherever they are. Oh, we are at the funeral of so-and-so. He's just so happy to be here.
We're at Davey's funeral. It's amazing. It's so great to see him in the casket.
Celebration. It's
So
a celebration. We are Scorpions.
Andy, if you want to pull up that picture that I just put at the bottom.
Okay.
This is, I told you guys, sexy Mitt Romney right there.
It sure is, isn't it?
Yeah, you guys thought I was lying about this shit?
No,
No,
you were
that's
lying.
real shit. Sexy Mitt Romney. So,
Wow.
Go ahead. Go back.
Wow.
Yeah. I agree with you, PJ, and I think the Scorpions and what Andy said, the Scorpions have fun at all times, always, and I think that's another reason why they're so fucking underrated. Like, there's never been any drug issues in the Scorpions, never any drama, never any fucking problems. They never broke up. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. There was never, like, Klaus never left the band and was replaced by, like, fucking, Don Dokken for 2 ill-received records. Like, any other band besides the Stones has been through that. Like, Metallica maybe didn't break up. They had this big movie of James is in rehab. So, like, fuck.
Well, I mean, the bass player did rip off the band.
Yeah, but
the drummer left.
But it was never hugely, like, we read Circus magazines, so we knew. But it's not like the regular person would know, like, oh, I can watch some kind of Scorpions movie where fucking Klaus goes to rehab and fucking, Rudolph is like, the Scorpions are out and Gorky Park is in with nothing now. Like, there's never been anything but the fucking Scorpions.
Didn't they, in the 70s? At one point in the 70s, didn't they break up? And then it was like it fractured into 2 different bands.
No, Michael Schenker left and fucking joined UFO or whatever. Michael Schenker's a prick.
But I thought, like, for a brief period, the Scorpions were done. And then it kind of got restarted with Roth and Klaus and
I mean, maybe like in 75 or
That's what I
something.
mean. Like, so I think technically there was a point where they were no more or they broke up.
It was for 6 months until the rent check came in or whatever. It's like, I just feel that there's never been any drama with Scorps. Never had any egos. Like any other band, the egos. It's always been Klaus and Rudolph, and since Matthias came in '82, and they fucking just rock, and they still rock, and like they still draw huge crowds everywhere.
Yeah, he's
and
right.
They're fucking awesome, man. The fucking Scorpions.
He's right.
Does Udo have that much fun all the time?
No, his name is Udo. He's never had fun.
He's German though.
Yeah, but he's a fucking slug wearing a camel.
My goodness.
Outfit.
Well, he had fun when he was the friend on King of Queens. But other than that, nothing else.
Spence Olchin.
But I mean, like, there's some bands that you've never really heard any drama with, and actually, there's not a lot. And Scorps are one of those bands. Like, throw out any big band, and they've had drama, but not the Scorps.
Yeah, no, you're right.
The only thing they had was a retirement, and then they changed their mind. What was that, like 15 years ago? But I mean,
and they're like, what? Why are we retiring? And we still pick up chicks. We still draw 15,000 people in Reykjavik on a fucking Tuesday. Why the fuck are we not playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, besides the Scorpions, Rat and LA Guns, there's been no drama in those bands,
There's only one Scorpions at this point, though.
You could put Kiss in there because Paul and Gene never wavered. Obviously there was a time when Gene was out, but they never broke up, and Gene never quit the band. Like, they still always were Kiss.
Yeah.
But Scorps is even higher than that. There's never been even any problems.
So you brought up Michael Schenker, though. Are we counting that? Because that's constant firing back between.
But that's Michael, though. He's crazy.
I guess, do we count that amongst possible Scorpions drama?
I don't see that as being Scorpions drama, because that's Michael Schenker drama, because he left the band in 1978 and has never been back since.
Yeah, that's Schenker drama.
That'd be like saying, Metallica drama, including Dave Mustaine. That's Mustaine's drama at this point. It's not Metallica.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess so.
PJ toured with Michael Schenker. Was he cool or what?
He was awesome and funny, because when I toured with him, me and Eric Martin, and when I was telling people that we were going out with him, like, oh man, Hope he shows up.
Oh.
But, and I didn't really know. I mean, I met Michael a couple times. He came out on that Scorpions tour for a bit with us, and he was fine. He was still fucked up, but he was fine though. I didn't really hear the war stories about him until I was just about to go on tour with him. And he showed up every night. I mean, he drove himself in a rental car behind the bus every night, and you know, he was to himself. He wore a mask and gloves every night, and but he was fine. He showed up every night.
Was this in the last couple of years, like post-COVID or pre-COVID?
Yeah, just like last year.
Oh, okay.
It was 2021.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was great.
What about Uli John Roth? You ever hit the road with him?
No, I met him a couple times, but no, I never hit the road with him.
He seems like a little bit more of an oddball, doesn't he?
Well, that's like 70s spacey Scorpions too. Like no one really cares. Like Scott Ian would be like, "Oh fuck, we gotta play Steam Rock Willie." Nobody wants to fucking hear that.
Sales of Sharon.
Yeah, nobody cares about 70s Scorpions. Sorry.
Nobody wants to hear the Scorpions when they were wearing fucking Daisy Dukes.
Exactly. Nobody fucking cares.
I want to look at them from that time. I just don't want to listen to them from that time.
Man.
No.
Right.
Kidding. Nick loves that era of Scorpions.
I was gonna say that lyrically, this song reminded me of Backstage Queen off the Virgin Killers album. Little bit.
We did there's this guy in a band called Nasty Savage called David Austin, which they're kind of they're obscure, but they're very critically acclaimed as like being really ahead of their time. And I was a big fan of theirs because they used to be on Metal Blade Records, and for some reason they made their way up to Canada, even though they're from Brandon, Florida. Long story short, we did this thing called Blood Divisions where we did a couple Nasty Savage covers, and we did a UFO cover called Too Hot to Handle, and a Scorpions cover called Top of the Bill from that Uli John Roth era. I'd never heard it before. I swear to God, PJ, you know Ed, I got in my car. I live about 45 minutes from Ed. I listened to it like 5 or 6 times, and I was like, okay, I got it. And we did Top of the Bill. I'd never heard of the song before. I don't even remember how it goes, but it's like they had all of those types of songs from that era that people just fucking love. And I was like, I never heard any of these songs because I'm not from the 70s. I'm an 80s guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's that time of the show. We all have to vote. Are we giving this song a sweet surrender or a kick in the crotch? I'll go first just for the hell of it, and I'm going to give it a sweet surrender.
It's sweet surrender. Hell yes.
Great song, great video. Possibly. Is it the last great Scorpion song? Nick disagrees. I don't know, but
it's not.
High fives all around if this one's playing in any kind of social setting. So I'm a big fan of hanging out and putting this one on. So who's next? Who wants to vote next? Nicholas?
I'll go next.
Oh, we got volunteers.
And the song was Hot and Ready, sorry, by UFO.
By Little Caesars.
I obviously give it 2 thumbs up. Sorry, what do we call it? A sweet surrender.
Sweet surrender.
Sweet surrender. Hell yes.
If I could come back and live again, I've had a pretty cool fucking run of shit in my life. I would never want to come back as somebody else. But if I had to, and I couldn't be a member of the Stones, I want to be a member of the Scorpions. Because everything they do looks like they're having so much fucking fun. Like I said, they're the biggest band that no one thinks are the biggest band.
Yeah.
They're the best longevity. And it's all about fucking fun for the Scorpions, man. Like, it's fucking fun. And this song is fun. Use it for my Ring song. Video is great. And like PJ said, they're taking a back seat to this dude cucking and fucking this chick. They're like, that's cool, man. We don't care. Like, fuck, we're just playing. Well, and you know that Rudolph fucked that chick. Or maybe Klaus did. Buchholz did. And he fucked probably the makeup chick's assistant.
Rudy did.
Yeah, but like, dude, it's just, I would love to be in the Scorpions. Like, they don't give a fuck, man. They're in their 70s. They're German. They still can't speak great English after all these years. They don't fucking care.
That's how little fuck they give.
They don't give a fuck. It's like they don't care.
After the album covers that they had been assigned over the years, they really just had to adopt that sort of philosophy.
And even this one, Crazy World, the album cover is terrible.
was it a keyhole or some shit
it's
like that?
gray and white, and there's half black. It's stupid. But anyways, I love the Scorps. This video is great. I literally had never seen it. It's exactly what I expected. The Scorps having fun. I thought there'd be more interaction with the Scorps than the girl. I thought at the end maybe the chick would leave with the Scorps, but whatever. Anything the Scorps do
now you're reaching
is great by me. Love it, and was proud to have them as my ring entrance music in 1991 when this came out.
PJ?
Well, I'll go next. I mean, this is a definite sweet surrender for me because I love hearing this song.
Sweet surrender.
We can't not play it. We have to play it every time. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, there's no question about it. I loved hearing this song. I loved this song even before we toured with them. They came out with this. I'm like, this is a cool song. This is a great song. And then we got the tour. I'm like, oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Now I get to hear this song every night. And so even to this day, I hear this song, and it takes me back to a time in my life was on the top of the fucking world.
It's very cool.
And it makes me feel good. So, Sweet surrender, baby.
Agreed.
Hell yeah.
Nick or Chris, who wants to go next?
Sweet surrender for me.
Oh.
It's sweet surrender. Hell yes.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. What are we seeing here? Oh, is that the album cover?
That's
his
that's your poster.
Tour.
His laminate for the tour.
Very cool.
Hell yeah.
No, I loved it. Great song. They were having so much fun in the video.
Yeah.
I mean,
why did it say Tulsa on your laminate, PJ?
Don't they all?
I just learned that like a month ago, so that's amazing.
Go ahead. Sorry, Nick.
If you know, you know.
As the Scorpions having fun, the one time I never saw them live, but the one time I saw the Scorpions in person, I've told this a few times, they were hanging out outside the Cheesecake Factory at the bottom of the John Hancock building. So that just goes to show you they're always up for having a good time.
Can I just say one thing too? I think I probably said this on the I'm Leaving You show, but I'll say it again in case PJ didn't hear it. I went to the Love It First Sting tour. It was my second concert right behind Maiden and Twisted Sister. It was Scorps with opening act Bon Jovi. And I thought Bon Jovi was the shits with the dumbest name ever. Fuck, this guy sucks. Bon Jovi, whatever. I bought a Love It First Sting shirt, baseball shirt with the 3/4 length sleeves. Cover of the album on the shirt. Wore it to school. I was in grade 8. Fucking teacher sent me to the principal's office. They sent me home to change shirts. And I lived like 15 minutes from school. I had to walk home, change my shirt, walk back to school because the Love It First Sting album cover was too risque for grade 8 to 1984 Sansom Junior High in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Just wanted to say that.
Yep.
Too risque, huh?
I would agree with that decision.
It's not risque.
I think you should have been sent home for sure.
Fuck, Nick. We were fucking. I wish you were my dad.
I actually have 2 anecdotes along those lines. If I can share them before I vote, if you're interested.
Please.
I love the fact you use the word anecdote. It's amazing.
So it's the same thing. I had the baseball jersey style shirt from Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, with the angels smoking and playing cards. Got sent home to change my shirt with that one on.
Wow. Okay.
And then in 5th grade, I wore a T-shirt to gym class that had the Rolling Stones Lips and Tongue logo on it. The lesbian gym teacher made me turn my shirt inside out for the rest of gym and made it clear that I was not to wear that shirt to gym class.
Because she wanted that tongue kissing her kitty.
There you go. But yeah.
Well, on the topic, just to put a pin in it for a second, since we're on the topic and we're all about Kiss here, I brought in Love Gun to kindergarten for show and tell and showed how you could almost see boobs. I pointed that out. And the teacher called my mom and
you said that in front of the class?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was my show and tell. I'm like, look, and you can even almost see their boobs.
That's great. Andy, can you just put the picture that I put on the bottom there up on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
So that was the picture that got me sent home from school. What's wrong with that picture?
Nothing. That makes sense that
Dude,
you'd be sent home.
You're in Canada. What do you expect?
There's nothing wrong. There's this little white dot could be a boob or it could be a fucking white dot.
That is a side boob.
The shadow of an armpit.
And off
That's a low
topic,
armpit.
Nick just sent a picture of outside the Hancock building of him taking a picture of Rudolph and Klaus getting interviewed, which is cool. And Klaus is wearing leather pants and boots in the fucking sun, which is amazing.
Yeah, it was August, I believe.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So I can tell you another little story before you vote, Chris.
Go ahead.
So Scorp's always wearing leather and leather pants, right? And I asked Rudolph about that, and he said when he was a kid, he said, I'm not going to try to do the accent, but he said that his mom said you have to start working, and you can start by working around the house. And he didn't want to get a job, but he walked past a shop and he saw Elvis leather pants in the window because Elvis wore leather on that, was it the 68 comeback special?
Oh, yeah.
It was? Mm-hmm. And he said he never would have worked for his mother except for he really wanted the leather pants. So he said to his mom, if I work for you and make enough money, can I buy the leather pants? She said, yes. 6 months of work. Damn. He had enough money to wear the leather pants, to buy the leather pants. He said, ever since that day, I always decided that I would wear leather pants whenever I could.
That's great.
So that's why he always wears leather, because it means something to him.
You know, that's why Eddie...
PJ never got that story. 8 months touring with the Scorps. I got it in 40 minutes.
I'm sure he told it to me 14 times. I didn't understand him.
You're in the middle of a lap dance, not listening to him.
Yeah. And PJ, here's a story for you.
And when he was trying to talk to me, I was number one on MTV. I'm like, got it. Something about pants? Hold on, Rudy. I got something going on. I'm
going to be number one forever, Rudy. We're the future. You're the past.
Hey, let's put a pin in this. We'll talk at catering tomorrow. Got a game over.
The next day, you were kicked off the tour for the Here album bombing.
We were still on the first record.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You know, all right, Chris. I was going to say one more thing. That's the same reason Eddie Murphy wore leather outfits in his stand-up specials was because of that Elvis comeback special outfit.
Oh,
yeah, I heard him say that once. That he thought that was like the.
Well, he talked about one of his bits was about Elvis.
Was about Elvis. Yeah. But he talked about like
this race. Lemonade, the cool refreshing drink.
Yep. He thought how cool that outfit looked, and that was his inspiration.
Chris is seething over there, waiting.
We're not letting him. Everyone gets to keep interrupting until midnight. Okay, go ahead.
Sweet Surrender, obviously.
It's Sweet Surrender. Hell yes.
For me, Savage Amusement 2 years earlier was a bit of a misfire. It was a little too soft and like just rhythm of love, passion rules the game. Those just kind of missed the mark for me. This song rules. It's just got a great groove. Sounds great. It's rocking. Incredible video. I mean, amazingly hot model in the video. The premise of the video is some, guy hired to work at the house is helping himself to the wife of the sugar daddy. I mean, what's not to like about that? It's all incredible.
Yeah, the fact that you just said the video is incredibly amazing.
Yeah.
Is incredibly amazing in itself.
I still can't believe those fucking silicone bolt-ons from '90.
Jeez.
Yeah. Just
he can celebrate a pair of boobs.
What's not to like?
That's true.
Big fan.
That one shot of the boobs got it an incredibly amazing video.
That's what did it.
It took it over the top. Took it from amazing to incredibly amazing.
It supplanted all the shit Buchholz moments. Not happy with him.
No. How many other videos from this era did the band not have that much of an ego where they would allow a male model to be the protagonist of the video? Because like every other one, it has to be a dude in the band, right?
I know you think that.
No, that was the theme at that point in '91. That was kind of a theme.
Yeah, actually, the one video that's coming to mind that fits that mold is I think Can't Get Enough, Winger. They had a beefcake model in there getting laid, and they're just out there.
They had Kip Winger in the band. Why did they need this beefcake model?
Because he's sharing the wealth. That guy got laid 90 times a day.
If I was in the Scorps at the time, like I said, when I die and get reincarnated, and I'm in the Scorps and I'm Klaus Meine, I'm like, this is a great idea, except for Ryko Suave's out. I'm playing this part.
Yeah.
But Klaus doesn't make sense. I said, I'm playing this fucking part.
Yeah.
You got it?
It's like a Woody Allen movie at that point. Where
Exactly.
He's 80 years old and
Klaus is such an asshole. He just he wants to play the
perfect
part.
analogy. Yeah. Woody Allen. Klaus Meine is the Woody Allen of 80s rock videos. Oh, I love it. That's great.
All right. Well, look. Hey, all sweet surrender. So you know what that means.
All right, Hammond. I got a question for you.
Paul Stanley needs to know what that woman at the airport was grabbing.
Did you guys listen to that rap?
Yeah.
Nick and Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You did both listen to it?
It's so great. It's from Rockford, too.
Yeah, Rockford. It's 82, right?
Here's my favorite Rockford mention. Angus Young and Rick Nielsen on That Metal Show. Angus Young comes and goes, "Hey, Rick, you still living in Rockford?"
As if it's like a destination or something, yeah.
Still living in Rockford?
By the way, I got my car the other day and my phone just attached to the Bluetooth, and then out of nowhere, that Paul Stanley rap from Rockford just started playing. I'm like, what the hell? Out of nowhere.
She grabbed my cock. He's not even trying. Like she grabbed my love gun. That's what I thought he was going to say.
Well, I think he has.
She grabbed my cock.
I think he has done the same thing many times before and after it with Love Gun, right? But that time.
Well, was that the Creatures tour?
That was the Well, yeah, it was 82.
Nobody was there, so he didn't care.
That's true. He was just trying to make everybody else in the band laugh at that point. Don't listen to nobody who's too old, or whatever he said.
And then fucking 40 years later, it's like, all we ever wanted was our parents' approval. Fuck off.
Times have
It goes against everything you've ever said, you fucking asshole.
Hey, schmuck.
You know what? I'm a little bit off topic. I'm so glad Kiss is done. I can't take it anymore. I'm done.
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's good timing.
If Kiss plays one more show, I'll never listen to him again.
Yeah.
So, just a real quick,
what's you really made a stand on that one, Jericho?
Has anybody heard any favorable comments of their alleged plans moving forward?
Only Joey Quesada's post.
That was not favorable.
Joey's now banned like Eddie Trunk from the Kiss camp.
After that one, huh?
And there is no more camp, so that's a good thing.
And by banned, I mean by me. He's not allowed in quarantine anymore.
But that was just before. That was before that for
He was
any
so
others.
sad. Did you read that post? He was like a jilted lover.
He was really angry. Sad and angry, yeah.
I'm not going to even bother posting it. Like I said, I'm just glad I went to Vietnam.
There you go.
Yeah, nobody ever.
Hey, so did everybody at the Garden.
Yeah.
Only they didn't have to do a 24-hour flight.
Yeah, let's just pass over the avatars conversation. We've got nothing good to say about it. We don't need to.
Avatared.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right. So
back to Paul Stanley's goat.
Yeah.
Gives a shit.
Paul Stanley wants to know if Tease Me Please Me is a rock and roll boner classic as voted by the 5 rock and roll boners with us today on the program. Has to be unanimous. Man, how do we do the 5 thing?
We could break the last word up into 2 syllables, I guess.
Bo and then ner.
Yeah.
If it gets that far. Okay.
I think that's what I was thinking.
Rock and roll, bo, ner. Each guy gets a syllable. Okay. How do you want to do it? What's the order going to be?
I'll go first.
Nick's going to go first. I'll go second. Let's make it really complicated. Ping-ponging around the room.
What are we doing?
We have to vote. So normally when it's just the 3 of us, so we all gave it a sweet surrender, but are we saying that this is
rock and roll boner? 5 fucking
yeah,
syllables.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
We go clockwise, starting with fucking Nick.
Yep. Okay, let's do that. And then ending on PJ. Okay.
So I'll go second then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Nick.
Undoubtedly. Rock.
And
roll.
Bo.
It's a rock and roll boner. say, man, yeah, if this one didn't make it through, I mean, it goes against everything that Pot of Thunder stands for. This is the epitome of what we love about Pot of Thunder and what we love about rock and roll.
It really
Five
is.
stars. 5 stars.
Oh yeah, flawless. Everything. Nothing about it was unsavory to us. So
not even Flood's bookholds could drag it down.
No, and his a different
unwarranted attack.
Is a different world shades.
I can't believe Nick knew that guy's name just immediately.
What, you didn't?
No,
I did.
Nobody did.
Who's the guy's name?
Someone said something. Was it Chris said something about how Floods had a different world shades that flip up
shades,
and then Nick immediately named the actor.
I could have pulled that out of the hat. It might take
you could
me a
have
couple
too.
seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
I would have thought Dwight at first. Wasn't his name on the show Dwight or something?
Dwayne
or Dwayne Wayne? Dwayne was it Dwayne Wayne?
No, that's a different show.
Miami Heat.
No, what's the guy's name of the show? It was Dwayne Wayne.
No, that's what's happening.
That's what's happening,
isn't it?
No,
there was a
Dwayne
on What's Happening, but I don't know.
Dwayne,
look that up.
We need to know.
I need to know.
Dwayne Wayne.
So before he was in Renaissance Man with
Dwayne
DeVito, what was his?
He was on a different world.
Was
Dwayne
it
Wayne?
Dwayne Wayne?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was.
He played Dwayne Wayne on a different world. That's what I was talking about.
Yep, that's him. Dwayne
Not What's
Wayne.
Happening.
No, that's something else.
He's from Bed-Stuy. So
there you go. So hey, if you disagree with us on our voting, we are sorry.
That's just the fucking way it is.
You got to deal with it.
That's right.
Do you guys got any time to hang with us, or you got to go?
we got nothing better to do.
Nothing better
I gotta
to
pee.
do. Okay.
Oh, you can go pee, PJ.
Yeah, you can do that.
Pee.
Because we're going to play a 10th anniversary message from a listener. Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because we're almost at the end here of our 10th anniversary year.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the end of the show.
No.
More songs left.
No.
But this particular listener,
Andy and I had 3 other choices that we could do.
Oh yeah, we've got plenty. We got plenty of
Okay,
material.
Chris, were you saying this particular listener what?
Yeah, sent the voice of the recorded voice accolade, and we also have a box that they send
a
us.
physical package in the room.
Gifts in it
from the same
Is there
person.
dainties in it?
I don't know what's in there, but yeah, if you need to take a leak, Parley or PJ,
in the
this
yard,
would be the time.
Parley.
Just if a hot woman in lingerie taps you on the shoulder, just try not to whip around and.
Let me
pee
give you the
all
hall
over.
pass so you don't get arrested, PJ. You got to take that with you to the bathroom.
That's the key.
Oh, that eye is falling out. I should.
I know. Sorry, you should have constructed it better.
I
Sorry.
should have. I didn't.
Hanging on by the optic nerve there.
That's dog meat. Go to the bathroom, PJ. Come on.
All right, so this voice message comes to us from our friend Kevin Williams, who is one of the hosts of the In Obscuria podcast.
And by the way, Kevin Williams is also my limo driver in L.A.
Oh, really?
Thumbs up to Kevin, yeah.
Always Kevin,
Great guy.
huh?
Great guy, yeah.
All right, well, here we go. Let's hear what Kevin has to say.
5 strikes 10 must be Monday night. A decade of stupidity, but that's alright. Listen to Pound of Thunder tonight. Leave us a voice message tonight.
Hey, boners, it's Kevin and Robert from the In Obscuria podcast. And hold on. Sorry, I'm just finishing up a little celebratory water pie. How's yours over there, Robert?
It's a little watery, gotta say.
Yeah, it is.
The recipe was off.
It's pretty good.
I think it was in metric.
Good and terrible.
Yeah.
All right, let me wash this down with a little grilled lemonade.
I've got mine on a grilled
offended.
Tom Collins over here.
Tom Koodle Collins.
How dare both
Wash
of you?
it down with a...
Oh, we got a beer. So this is actually, guys, our second attempt at this. The first message was sent via Dickie Poncho courier service and was never delivered. So we're going to try this again.
You dicks!
Anyway, we just wanted to recognize and applaud you guys for 10 years of
Men at work.
podcasting gold.
Ronnie James DOG.
Yes, he's very excited about this too.
I remember back when you guys used to only talk about one band. Do you remember that band, Robert? What was that band?
Rush!
Oh, yeah.
What the hell did you just say?
No.
Oh, sorry.
It was, no, that's not it.
Yeah, he's trying to guess.
Oh, I know who it was. Kiss! So we've said it before on our show, and I'll say it again. There would be no In Obscuria without Pot of Thunder. So thank you guys for the inspiration, the tremendous support over the years, and even a little bit of that Jones Brothers bullshit, because I asked Andy to send me a picture of the setup that you guys use way back when we were first starting, and he did, and I copied everything that he did.
Plagiarized the hell out of that.
I did. And then I realized, you remember this, Robert, 1 year in, I was like, this cable is actually doing nothing.
Yeah, we
unplugged it, and it was doing nothing.
It was doing nothing.
Thank you, Andy, for that.
Yes.
A cable that did absolutely nothing for 1 whole year.
Sound 12% better now.
So
PJ,
as a
check your
listener,
phone.
I want to thank you guys for the laughs, for bringing us some really good content on some weeks that, sometimes could be challenging. So thank you for all of that. And most of all, thank you for the friendships and for bringing the fucking fury for 10 years.
Hell yeah.
Now remember that, because the more you know.
That's so great.
Wow.
And do that theme song at the beginning. The one comment I have is, "Hey Rick, you still living in Watford?"
Where did you?
Thank you very much, guys, for your
What happened to
for your
PJ?
voice message. PJ, I think PJ's looking at something on his phone, so it's got his camera
I have
off
to
while
show
he's
you
looking
guys
at
something.
something.
So PJ has his bass guitar on display at the Hard Rock Cafe in Atlantic City.
Uh-huh.
And friend of the show, Joe McGinnis, is there tonight, hanging out with Bruce Kulick. He went and saw Grand Funk Railroad. And PJ's guitar has been spotted. And as you can see, it's his biggest band that's on the plaque.
I love that. Yeah.
When I first saw that, I was like, what? And then I realized Joe's a little bit of a fucking graphic artist. Like,
Okay, so
fucking put that in there. Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh, glad I could share
Made a
that
plaque.
with you guys.
Very
I
good.
made a plaque.
There you go.
So yeah, we've
Very
got thanks again to Kevin and Robert, and they sent us gifts. So I'm gonna.
Oh shit!
just
Sorry. What are you, dainties?
No, this is a.
Nick got one too. Did you get one?
Ovens?
What is that?
I got
some
toilet paper?
just if you guys are hungry, I brought.
Oh, you did
one.
bring something. Look at that. Oh my
Oh,
God.
you brought a baked treat?
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
was
didn't think
great.
you
That was
did.
cool. Nick threw it
Oh,
over
oh,
here and it left the screen,
And
and then Andy caught it. I forgot you were in the same room.
It's like
I thought you guys had a gimmick
Squares.
going.
What is that?
Anyway, we've got
Oh, my goodness.
we've got Jabs-esque coffee mugs here, and
Oh,
we've
wow.
got Pot of Thunder bringing the fucking fury for 10 years, and we've got our
Wow.
faces.
on possibly the greatest album cover in metal history,
Which is the Yngwie Malmsteen album.
which is what Rising Force.
Yeah, I'll put. Oh, you got it. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
With the giant dragon.
He's trying to kill you.
Yeah, that's
The
great.
three-headed dragon that Yngwie is killing. Wow, it's us.
There we go.
Very nice.
That's great.
very nice. Thank you so much.
Might surpass the Jabs coffee mug, of which there are only 4 in existence. Here we have only 3, unless they made some for themselves. So.
Wow.
That's
It's
funny.
awesome. Thank
Very
you
nice.
guys. Appreciate that.
Very nice.
Be proud.
Thank you so much, guys. And you know what? Let's take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with a yard.
wow.
Questions for you guys, if you can stick around. I think you can stick around. You got nothing to do.
Yards of questions. Motherfucker, I give them.
You got nothing to do.
Is that what Gene is singing now, that he has nothing to do?
Except he's going on tour like next month.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fitz and those guys are touring with Gene, and they're touring with fucking Slash, and Bruce Kulick wants to go on tour. And I said, well, use Quarantine as your backup band,
Yeah.
which I realized includes me. So you might see the Bruce Kulick band featuring Quarantine
Oops, I just
at
offered.
a rock and roll bar near you very soon.
Is Gene actually doing a solo tour coming up?
Yeah.
Really?
He's already got dates booked.
I did not know
I
that.
don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but sorry.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly. Getting some ice.
All right.
I smell you in my office. Getting ice.
Nobody heard it. It's okay. Your secret is safe on Pot of Thunder. Oh, let me find a good one here.
Why do you do that? What was the cookie, Nick?
Can you guess? Are you getting a I think it's a pretty distinct flavor, where it could be detectable. Andy, you try it?
I don't eat that.
What's wrong with you?
I don't eat that shit.
Okay?
I'm from the States. I don't eat that shit.
Gingerbread?
No.
Can't place it.
It's an eggnog chocolate chip, or chocolate chunk rather. Eggnog chocolate chunk cookie.
I don't play that shit.
Yeah, I've literally never taken a sip of eggnog in my life.
Oh, okay. Well,
never.
That would explain
Nope,
it.
not one.
Today's the year.
PJ, are you an eggnog guy?
Nope.
Nah. Ever since I got hammered on it when I was 8, I never looked back.
Yeah.
When you got hammered
By
and
the way, he already had a gold record.
He was on tour, yeah.
he got hammered and went to kindergarten with a picture of boobs on a Kiss album cover.
When he was 8 in kindergarten.
Shit-faced and eggnog.
He was an 8-year-old kindergartner drunk.
He was picking up strippers at Shotgun Willie's after a sold-out show at McNichols Arena in Denver.
Yep, and I just missed you.
What a delinquent.
You know, here's a story. You guys want a Yard of Questions trivia story?
Sure.
First of all, anybody want some Comrade Cadre vodka straight from Vietnam? I've got some.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
What is it? Comrade who?
Comrade Cadre.
Okay.
Okay.
Craft vodka.
Craft
with like
vodka.
Some kind of like Soviet sign on it or whatever.
How is it?
So, when
is that the Gorky Park balalaika in the middle of that star there?
All right, so when I was 19 or 20, we went on a road trip, long story short, from Calgary down to California, stopped in fucking Denver, went to Shotgun Willie's, where I had to have my my friend's ID handed to me so I could be legal because I was only 19, and went in there and fell in love with all the strippers because, of course, they loved me. I even wrote a letter to one of the strippers for 2 months. I was going to pay her way through school, except for I had no fucking money. Anyways, PJ and I have figured out that when I was 19 at Shotgun Willie's in 1990, that he was there within a 2-week period on tour. Also, not 19, but 18, 17.
Yeah, I was 90. I think I was 18.
So he had to have fake ID handed to him to get in Shotgun Willie's, just as I did. Within like 2 or 3 weeks apart, we almost crossed paths, and I was a huge Trixter fan. If I would have seen PJ Farley, I would have went up to him like a fanboy, and he would have told me to fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, you would have loved it even more because I was on the Warrant tour at that point with Trixter right. Warrant Firehouse, and we had played, I think, in Colorado Springs or something, and Warrant was like, "We're going to fucking Shotgun Willie's right now," because we had a day off after, and then we were playing Red Rocks the night after. So I'm like, I'm coming with you guys. So I went on the Warrant bus, and we we took the bus to Shotgun Willie's. So,
And I think Bobby Brown might have been involved or not involved, but we'll leave that out of the story.
No, but something like it.
Whitney's husband?
Yes. Drowned him.
Whitney's.
Oh.
Okay. So, I've got a Yardo questions here. Here we go. From our friend Tommy Lombardozzi from the Jacked Kirby podcast. For the comic book friends out there.
All right.
He had, I don't know. Since we're all telling stories we're not supposed to tell, he had Sebastian Bach booked on his podcast.
Yeah,
Sebastian no-showed and then never responded to anything after that.
It's a fucking
big league. Kim Wilson.
Have you seen his new song? Boy, that's great. Hey, can you write me a real fucking stock 1992 fucking rock song, dude? Sure. Thanks, man. This is fucking great.
Thumbs down, huh? Not a big fan.
I did listen to it as well.
The whole project is Todd Kearns is in it. He's the best guy and the best musician ever.
Okay.
Other than that, it's fucking shit.
Okay.
The guitar player's name, Bruiser Brody.
What?
Hey, dude.
You can't do that.
That name's taken, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You ain't no Bruiser Brody.
My
Trust
goodness.
me. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no wow. You knew it was coming.
Hey, man, this is my fucking show. I'll say wow if I want to.
It's my show.
Sorry. Anyway,
I want to do a video with Craig Gass imitating me at the beginning for 35 seconds, and it sucks.
That's who it was in the beginning. Okay.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he's walking down a desert road or something like that, right?
It's hilarious. Hello, David. My kid just simply kill me if you don't get a picture of me.
David, simply just kill me.
Okay. Andy, what do you got?
Look what I started. Look what I've started. Trouble. Okay, so back to business. Tommy says, hey, boys, let's get some questions going. Okay. Oh, and I'd love my buddy Andy to answer as well. We'll see. I'm not big on
we got
answering.
A ton of people on the panel today.
Got a tight schedule here.
Is it a tight schedule? I was just flipping out. I'm like, oh, someone's in the background of Andy's shot. And I'm really, it's fucking Nick.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't figured out you guys are still in the same room.
Yeah. There he is.
What you guys don't know is PJ and I are in the same room, right?
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, buddy,
right next door.
Well, last time we did that, when we
there it is.
When we did the Paul Lynn thing, you guys were in the same room.
And it didn't work.
And it didn't work.
The audio was terrible. And thanks to Andy, we had to stop and start again, which was the right call. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
The producer of the year.
You're
That's how he rolls.
Wow.
And the Emmy goes to
AL brother. He walks up in his shaker sweater and accepts his award.
That's right. That's why I bought it.
Humble.
This is my award show, my award show attire. Okay, so Tommy says, question 1. Ooh, spicy right off the bat. From what else would you expect from Tommy?
Yeah, that's true.
Is there a song you associate with losing your virginity? For me, it's John Lennon's Well, 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 which I played on my stereo after receiving my first piece of ass at 17. Fun times.
Gee, no wonder it took you that long to get your first piece of
And he received it.
Wow.
Tommy.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Like, you ordered it?
Oh, I thought you meant something else.
Cash on COD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy. All right,
so what song did you? Were you saying? What song did you lose your virginity?
So is there like
do you associate with losing your virginity?
With song, music, whatever. What was happening?
Can I go first?
Sure.
Who's going first here?
Yeah.
Okay. 2. One of them was "What About Love" by Roxette. I was in the back seat of my Velar. I did not lose my virginity, but I got a blowjob.
Nice.
To, wasn't it love? But it's over now. And I was like, well, fuck, it ain't over now. Hey, ho, hey. The other one was a girl who's going to remain nameless. And the song was Wholehearted. By Extreme.
Oh, there you go. Was that full-on intercourse or just a...
No, unfortunately, I jizzed in my pants in that one.
Hey,
I had to pull the leg cramp.
Better in your pants than on the rich Corinthian leather of your Volare.
Wouldn't that have been half-heartedly?
Wholehearted, half-hearted. But that's when I didn't know what to do, so I pulled the old... You guys ever pull the leg cramp gimmick?
I don't think so.
So you're making out with a chick and you come in your pants or whatever, and then you're like, my leg!
There's a snake in the car.
Which one?
A snake in the car.
Right one?
Something
No,
bit me.
the left one? No.
And then by the time you're done, it's like the mood is killed, and you're like, and you go to the bathroom and...
Let's go to Pat's Dogs, I guess, after this.
I was not as smooth as a young PJ Farley, but I tried my best.
No, who is
Clearly.
really? Who is really on the planet?
Yeah.
Who's next? What other embarrassing stories we got over here?
Well, PJ's got to go next. I know he's got some.
Oh, no, his was fucking to Engelbert Humperdinck in 76, and he banged the chick and his mom, too.
Wrong year.
Sorry, he was born in 78.
I don't have a song associated with losing my virginity. I don't. It's
Great answer.
Could
have made something up. Come on, dude.
It's a sucky story. I mean, but no, I don't.
Remember that time you told me that you were listening to Love in Chains on the Paul Stanley solo record right as you penetrated Mary Lou Rottencrotch for the first time at Paramus High School dance?
Yeah.
Yep.
Rottencrotch.
Is that the story? Yep.
That was her maiden name.
It's Rottencrotch.
right.
But yeah, no,
Nothing. Okay.
Boy, that was a fucking fart in church of an answer. Can someone else save it, please?
Yeah, especially considering who it's coming from, man. What a letdown.
How about a little fucking tip of the cap for fucking originality? No, and buy into your fucking cliche story. Hey, I got fucking busted my cherry pie.
I go well, that's a better story than the one you told. I'm going after PJ from now on.
Okay.
He's the new floods bush
Chris, can you
holes
please
in your
help
world.
us out of this hole that PJ's dug us with his lame cock story?
Hey, now you're talking about my losing my virginity story. Dig me out of this hole.
Me? Me gonna go?
Yep.
All right,
Something about that rings true.
All right, so I lost my virginity in the basement of the Zeta Tau Alpha sorority house just off campus of Michigan State University.
I knew you were in Revenge of the Nerds.
There's a plaque there, actually.
What did you just say?
Revenge of the Nerds?
Say it again.
I
Go ahead.
I knew you were in Revenge of the Nerds.
You know, it was I lost my virginity in that basement after a Halloween party at a fraternity where I was dressed as one of the Revenge of the Nerds.
Wow.
All my life.
Lamar?
No.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I had no idea Chris was going to tell that story.
Was it Booger?
Yeah, Booger would be a good one.
No, it was Gilbert or the other guy. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I was Gilbert. Yeah, but anyway,
Gilbert. Sorry.
Snatched
So
up.
wait, you bought the pies and you licked the cream pies.
Exactly right. Snatched up by a woman 2 years older than me, whisked off to this basement, banged into oblivion, had to climb out through the basement window in the morning to avoid the house mother. So throughout all of this, no music was played, but I associate that whole episode with Don't You Forget About Me, Simple Minds from the Breakfast Club soundtrack, because on my way from walking from the sorority house back to my dorm, I pretty much did the exact John Bender move at the end of the movie when he's walking across the football field. Just thrust my fist into the air like, yes, it finally happened. So that's my song association.
I like that. That's a good one. Much better than PJ's dumb story. Nick.
Well, I don't know if this saves me a little bit, but my story doesn't have a song. But I was 12. So I don't have a cool college story or a fucking rock and roll song.
So they didn't have music in 1986, or
PJ in his fourth year of kindergarten at age 12.
I was in the safety dance in there, or fucking.
So it turns out I was in timeout for the 10th time that year.
Yeah, because after the boobs fiasco, he got kicked out for making oven jokes.
Right as I penetrated, everybody Wang Chung tonight came on the radio.
Yeah.
How hard is that?
Yeah.
Make it up. You and your
Exactly. It's showbiz, dude. Make it up.
All right, Nick.
Nick?
A song that'll always be associated with this event in my life is What Do I Got to Lose by Sebastian Bach. It's been a pretty eventful week. I have to say that.
Wow. Big week for Nick. Way to go, Nick.
What do I got to lose, dude? What do I got to do? Yeah.
All right. Question 2. Is there a song or album that comes to mind when thinking of a particularly bad breakup you've been through? Either one that helped you cope with the heartbreak or one that you can't listen to this day because of its association with said bad breakup. Being happily married men now, I wonder if this is even a thing for you guys at this point.
Andy, before we get into that, you kind of skirted the question. Did you have a song that you lost your virginity to? Oh, okay, you and PJ can go.
It was a Cannibal Corpse album.
Yeah.
The whole album played.
It was
ripping intros of a virgin's
It was actually
memorable to me.
Was whatever Cannibal Corpse song was playing during that scene in Ace Ventura.
Hammer smashed face.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, PJ, what song reminds you of a breakup, or is there no songs because no one's ever broken up with you?
Eat the Rich.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Which one of the three versions?
Yeah.
Motorhead.
Nice. That's the correct answer.
Okay.
I like how you took a fucking timed sip after that. Eat the rich.
George Burns with his prop over there.
Good call.
Is that legit though? You associate that with a breakup?
Or just gonna be fucking the man of mystery over here? It is the yards of questions, not the yards of mystery.
International. No, I was just being funny, actually. All breakups for me have been, victorious.
I knew you were going to say that, you fucking asshole. All right, let me jump in and give an actual answer. Cold Shot, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Always loved listening to that song because the riff is so cool, and it's just I used to make mixed tapes. True, 90s, and I would call it Ballad Salad. And I would put all these ballads, and some of them weren't necessarily ballads. Like Ultraphobic by Warrant was on there, which is not a ballad per se, but the message of I've been shot down, I'm totally wasted or totally useless or whatever it fucking is. So Cold Shot was on there, which was always a good one. And the other one I always really liked listening to was Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'. Like I would drive my car down endless stretches of highway, just listening to Ballad Salad. I can even tell you the girl's name, which I won't, because I don't want to give her any fucking press. That fucking bitch.
Oh wow.
But sorry, but I would listen to these songs, and they would make me feel better. You know, and Ultraphobic. That's a great breakup song. If you guys haven't heard that by Warrant, if you guys haven't heard the Ultraphobic record by Warrant that came out in '94. It's fucking brilliant. It's amazing, but no one heard it because grunge kind of had made Warrant look like idiots at that point. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. And when I met Jane and Lane, the one time I met him, I'm not like PJ where I got to hang out with them. At the Rainbow, we talked about Ultraphobic for about 30 minutes and had a great conversation about this record that no one talks about, but it's so good. So those are the 2 or 3 songs that remind me of breakups that made me feel better.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Me? Nick?
Andy?
I'll go, and I'm gonna have to defer to PJ's strategy with the first question. I honestly don't have one. I could make something up, but I don't. But I have nothing.
Yeah.
And the story.
I'm glad none of you guys ever got dumped by chicks. Fucking Studley McGee.
Who are these fucking guys? You know?
Yeah, mine would have been.
I was not on TV when I was 17. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, that's true. Mine would have been the 2 Live Crew, Nasty as We Want to Be. I have no follow up to that.
Because your girlfriend found out you had that album.
Yeah.
Well, mine was
because I tried to put it on for the first question, and then that it immediately became the second question.
Well, mine was I talked about it on the Aerosmith episode of Talk of Jericho. We were on the classic album Clash. I made this mixtape along the lines of what Jericho's talking about, but made a mixtape of ballads for this chick I was really had a crush on, and gave it to her. Complete failure. Just I thought it was a slam dunk. I thought my collection of songs was fucking awesome. Fart in church, like kind of. It was in the mixtape world. It was Farley's answer to the first question, basically. Complete debacle.
Failure.
And the
one non-issue.
And the one song of all the ones that are on there that I associate with that failure is "Angel" by Aerosmith. And I loved that song. I was like, Aerosmith was like, okay, this is MTV Aerosmith. They're not the Toxic Twins anymore. But it's the first time I heard that, I go, this is an amazing power ballad. I love it, and I put it on this mixtape for this chick. Got nothing, and it kind of spoiled it for me. So,
can I just say one thing? Written by Steven Tyler and Desmond Child, who I got a Christmas card from. Again, Desmond has sent me a Christmas card. I met him in probably 15 or 16.
That's cool.
He sends me a Christmas card every year. So there you go. I got a Christmas card.
Solid guy.
Nice guy.
By all accounts, a great guy.
Listen, from my experiences, fucking sweetheart of a guy. Great guy. Nothing but love and respect for Desmond Child. And by the way, hey, Do we wish we had Desmond's royalty checks? Am I? Can you hear me? Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Holy shit!
Money
Even my
flowing
daughter-
into
Ironically, I just read a story where he was saying how much he got from living on a prayer, like last year or something like that, and it was like $3,000 or some shit, and he for like 2 billion streams, he got like $3,000. He's like, this is terrible. Well, good thing he got that $3 billion back in the early 90s. Because
Right.
he could stand to fucking take a $3,000 royalty check now, but
And when you still made money off records. But even like my daughters are 17, and the Christmas card came in the mail. It's of his 2 sons, and like, who's that? I'm like, oh, Desmond Child. Who's that? He's a songwriter. What songs did he write? You ever heard of Living on a Prayer? Yes. Ever heard of Bangs? Yes. Ever heard of Wake Up in Vegas? Yes. Ever heard of I Hate Myself for Loving You? Yes. Ever heard of I Was Made for Loving You? Yes. And those are just the ones I think they might know. So fucking Desmond, thumbs up, great guy. Thanks for the Christmas card. I'm sure you're listening. Love you, man.
did you read that book I gave you?
No, I just found it at the bottom of my bag along with a fucking container of gummies that someone gave me that I apparently smuggled into both Japan and Vietnam. So
good.
I wouldn't have got arrested for the gummies, but I probably got arrested for the Desmond Child book. But I do have it on my list now.
All right.
Good read.
Question 3. Who would you rather slip it to? Debbie Harry circa 1978 or Lita Ford circa 1983? Just figured I'd end on a horny note. Love from Brooklyn, Tommy.
Okay. I'm not going to answer first, but this is the equivalent of when I did that metal show with Yngwie Malmsteen. Remember they used to do that punch out between 2 bands or something?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was me and Malmsteen, and they're like, punch out, debate between the 2 bands, Queen or Queensryche. And Malmsteen and I looked at each other like, dude, are you even fucking kidding me? Like, who's ever gonna fucking say Queensryche? So anyways, I will let you guys answer first.
Well, it's Debbie Harry,
I'll go.
of course. Debbie Harry.
I'm going to say Debbie Harry, yeah.
And that's only because you worked for Lita Ford for 10 years.
Well, yeah, but I can see from I'm reverting back to my initial reaction to Debbie Harry as a kid, and my initial reaction to Lita, even before I knew and worked with her. I'm like, yes, I love them both, but I'm like, Debbie Harry was much more of a game changer for me.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
So my opinion is, obviously Debbie Harry times duck trillion, and here's the reason why. Debbie was never marketed in a slutty way. She was just fucking punk rock, hot as shit. Lita, listen, all respect, great player, great whatever. I thought they put her in like bikinis and shit. It's like, she's not that type of chick. You're not fooling me.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the hot chick, and you have to. No. I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? It's like, you can fucking put her in a saran wrap dress and toss her hair up. It's like, she's still not as sexy as fucking Debbie Harry in the garbage bag.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. You know,
No, you're
I felt
right.
I felt the same way with Joan Jett. Joan Jett has never been put in a bikini, never been put in a saran wrap dress. She's just fucking hot. Nancy Wilson is just fucking hot. You never had to try.
Well, but
record company.
They tarted up Nancy Wilson in the 80s.
They did, but she was hot in the 70s, dude. And
Oh,
she's hot now.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but they tarted those 2 up big time in the 80s.
They never tarted Joan up, never.
No, I'm
she
talking about the
reached
Wilson
zenith.
sisters, though.
She was at her zenith on the Never video.
Exactly.
Yeah, my point is, Debbie was Debbie. She like Heart of Glass when she sings the middle section.
Forget it. No
She's
question.
just kind of looking at the camera, like whatever.
Yeah,
You never. I mean, talk about a woman. Talk about a woman who did so little that turned you on so much. Like,
yeah, she's
forget
just
about it.
herself. She's just a natural, stunning.
She was. It was her attitude. She was punk rock.
Yeah.
She didn't give a fuck, and
She had a rockin' band behind her. Great songs.
Yeah, and she's still like that now. She's like 75 or whatever. You still see her like,
Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
the aura. It's the presence in the aura is so amazing.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So I have to I have to make a correction there.
Oh.
I'm going to try to get this into the camera here so you guys can all see it. This is a Joan Jett. This is something from a Joan Jett video.
Oh yeah.
Well, higher. Other one.
That's the "Do You Want to Touch Me" video where she's
in a bikini.
That's 82. She wasn't knowing. She was told to do that. After that was I Love Rock and Roll. She was like, I ain't fucking doing that shit ever again.
You stand corrected.
When?
She was in a bikini.
Well, she was told to do that. John Cougar was told to be called John Cougar too.
But it happened. I mean,
it did happen, though.
In reality, it took place.
I know, but that was before anyone knew who she was.
No.
Yeah, that's not true.
No.
That's simply not true.
That was not a hit, buddy. Do you know how I knew Do You Want to Touch? I went to try and buy the I Love Rock and Roll single. The single, where you need a little thing in the middle to play the fucking record. And it was sold out of the Zellers, which is the Canadian Target. And so I just wanted a Joan Jett. So I Love Rock and Roll was sold out, so I bought Do You Want to Touch with the B-side of Bad Reputation, which was from the album Pride.
Right.
So this was 84, that was 82. So Joan had to show her bikini, and she was in the fucking Runaways too, by the way.
Of course,
But,
yeah. That's why people knew who she was.
Well, did you know that Do You Want to Touch Me is a cover?
Gary Glitter.
Gary Glitter song, yeah.
The pedophile.
Not her only Gary Glitter cover, too.
What's the other one?
She did I Love You, Love Me.
Oh, thanks, man.
Is that a good one? Or are you just saying that?
No, I think it's a good one. I'm saying that to everybody here on the panel here.
It's nice of you.
You know, here's another example of a chick that was never tarted up that I've been attracted to from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I saw her last year, and she's older. Stevie Nicks. Fucking A, man. Super fucking sexy at all times, just by her attitude.
Yeah.
And her
Oh, yeah.
Fucking moves.
You know,
never was tarted up, ever.
Well, that's along those lines. Somebody asked me this recently. They're like, "So who'd you think it was hotter, Stevie Nicks or Christine McVie?" And I'm like, Is this a serious question? Somebody who looks like
10% of the people that have a fetish. Or something.
Somebody looks who looks like the fucking grandma down the street versus Stevie Nicks.
That's not like asking, "Are you Ginger or Marianne?"
Yeah. Right.
That's like totally different.
Or Bailey or Jennifer on WKRP. I mean, there's a legitimate debate going on there. Christine McVie versus Stevie Nicks? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, she always looked like Stevie Nicks' mom.
Yeah, exactly.
In the 70s.
And also like zero stage presence versus Stevie Nicks, like what Jericho just pointed out. She just had that whole aura about her. I mean, she was just some things just people are born with it, you know.
Well, you can't just count her on the stage presence because she was behind the fucking keyboard, and let's face it, you know.
But here's the thing I love about the Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, right? And I'm not saying I'm a diehard. I'm gonna get a tattoo of Fleetwood Mac, but I fucking love Fleetwood Mac. Like, I love the whole concept of the band. I think all the guys in the band are great in their different ways.
So did Stevie.
What's that?
Yeah.
So did Stevie.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that this last tour, Stevie went, I ain't going out if Lindsey Buckingham's in the band. And all of the fucking stalwarts were like, what? No Buckingham, no Fleetwood, no Michael Anthony, no Van Halen, no Ace Frehley, no Kiss. And Stevie was like, him or me, what you want? And they went, hey, Lindsey, we love you. See you fucking later, dude. And they bring in the guy from Tom Petty and the guy from fucking Pet Shop Boys.
Crowded House.
Crowded House.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking cared.
Yeah, no,
it's
you're right.
Stevie's show, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? It's fucking Van Halen's show. Like, people complain, but when they get on stage, they brought in two cats who are fucking great. If it was the other way around, if Lindsey stayed and they brought in fucking, I don't know, Becca Bramlett, Sheryl Crow, like, people be going like, this sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
I love that Stevie had enough self-confidence to go, you know what? Him or me, what you got? Because if you take him, I'll do my own fucking arena tour, which he still does.
Yeah.
You know, so like, you know, that I always got that vibe from Joan and from Debbie. It's like, you know, we don't need the rest of these cats. we like having our guys. But when Joan was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it was Joan and fucking like one other guy. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Joan and one dude.
Yeah.
And they didn't induct the drummer. And she's like, I wish they would have inducted the drummer.
Joan Jett and one Blackheart.
Yeah.
That's just they just decide, right? The hall itself decides who gets voted in, right? It's not up to the artist. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a whole other.
Yeah.
Whole other. Yeah.
There's a horse of another color.
Yeah, it is. All right.
You used that twice tonight, PJ. Good call.
I'm gonna beat that dead horse of another color.
It'll beat that other colored horse. I don't want to go, guys. I feel bad.
We don't have to go
I think, right? You guys probably can't wait to fucking leave. But these guys are fucking idiots. Whatever.
No. I was gonna say, Stevie Nicks has sort of like a
Thanks for denying that.
A youth.
What's that?
I was gonna say Stevie Nicks has like a youth movement behind her now.
That's true.
Like a lot of younger girls, like in their teens and 20s, are super into her.
Can I say something?
What's changed?
So my daughter Sierra is 17. Last year she was 16, and she's for Christmas I bought her Stevie Nicks shit and Fleetwood Mac shit. So I took her and her friend to see Stevie, and she was 16, and Stevie came out, and I was watching her face. It was the best ever, because dude, I have a job. When I go to shows, I sit in the fucking front. Like I don't need passes or whatever. We were right in the front, and when Stevie came out, the look on her face as a 16-year-old girl to see this legend in real life, the look was just like she couldn't believe it, and she was fucking knew all the words. Like, why do you know so much about Stevie Nicks? You're 16. And she goes to Lana Del Rey and Harry Styles and all the fucking ones that you would expect, but something about Stevie connected with her. If I could take this camera, go to her room right now when she's sleeping, go, wake up. She has Stevie posters on the wall. In 2023, and they're posters from 77.
Yeah.
What is the appeal? I don't know, but like you said, Andy, that is something that connects with her as a young lady with this fucking legendary lady.
Yeah. It's kind of cool that that's a thing, because, I mean, that's probably why she's able to do these gigantic tours, as the older generation dies off or loses interest somehow.
She picks her spots.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Listen, let me give one more thing before. I know you guys probably have to go, but one last thing. We're all of the same era or close to it. So Kiss is now retired, as far as we know. What's going to happen in 5 or 10 years when all of these bands that we love are suddenly going away? Storps of the 70s, Stones put out the best record they've done in 45 years at 80.
Yeah.
Something will happen soon, or maybe not.
It has to happen soon. But
what do you mean?
Life.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What's going to happen?
Well, what happens to rock and roll? What happens to us? What happens to our fandom?
You got to remember. You got to remember something. For most of those bands that you just mentioned, in many ways, they're already gone. So their effect has already been.
But I disagree. Stones, Metallica, U2, Iron Maiden, those are still AC/DC. Fucking Dolly Parton. Let's get into some of that stuff.
Yeah. You're killing. When the elite, legendary, heritage acts, the original.
Right.
When they die off, who's left? Fucking Nickelback and Foo Fighters. Like, fuck what?
That's my point. So what happens then?
That's it. That's the deal, man. It sucks for the younger generation. They got to go back to the records of people who aren't alive anymore, and that's the deal.
Yeah.
And you don't get.
I feel it's worse for us,
it.
those guys in our. How old are you? You're 40, right, Andy?
Yeah. Yep.
How old are you, Nick?
43.
And Chris is a little bit older than PJ. PJ, I, and Chris are in their 50s. Nick and Andy are in their 40s. So there's a 10-year thing, but we're all into the same type of bands. It's not like Andy's going, fucking, Matchbox 20, they're the shit. Like, we're all into the same. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe that's your other podcast.
Yeah, I have a different podcast.
We're all in the same vibe, and my thing is it does kind of suck because. Dude, fuck, I'm such a Stone. PJ will tell you, the Stones were, so influential for me, and I fucking love the Stones so much. And Keith and Mick are 80, and it's You don't think of that. Like the Stones will never go away, but they will at some point. And Lars and James will go away, and Steve and Bruce will go away.
And I'm going to tell you though, to answer your question, what's going to happen? You got to remember right now, who are the people that are at that age where they're most influential on the music? Like when we were kids, we were so influenced from ages 12 to 20, say, by fucking Beatles, Kiss, AC/DC, Aerosmith, Metallica, you name it, right? So the kids now that are that age group, they're being influenced by bands that don't exist in the same way that the bands of our generation do. So they're not expecting that. They're not expecting that longevity because honestly, their attention span and their attachment isn't as great as ours was to Kiss or to the Stones, and they don't have that attachment.
I get it. Chris, what do you think? Man? You're an intelligent guy. What do you think about all this? Are we just talking shit or what?
Well, no, I just think that, with the bands dying off, like PJ just said, I think a lot of their fans are going to die off, and just the other stuff is, every generation's got shit that they're nostalgic for. I mean, look at Creed is coming back with the cruises, and they're doing a reunion tour. That shit's sold out. People are nostalgic for Creed nowadays. And it might have been past our time, and we might dismiss it as post-grunge crap, but a lot of people were into that. And, PJ also said Nickelback, Foo Fighters, yes and yes. Those are the mantle is being passed to bands like that. It's like really...
What I'm saying is, though, that it's the bands that are coming out, say, like right now, like they're just not as important
exactly
to the music lovers that Kiss and Van Halen were to us back in the day, because that's all we had. That's how we got by. That's what we lived off of. Nowadays, music to the younger generation is just music, and it's like, oh, it's a song on Spotify. It's this. It's not the characters. It's not the band members. It's not the story. It's not the anything. It's just music, and I'll get it from AI in 5 years, and it's not that important anymore. So when we all die off, it doesn't matter to them because it was never that same connection.
Right.
And I was just going to bring up
made.
I was going to bring up the AI issue because I mean that's just kind of probably ramping up to really cause some problems. I'm thinking a lot of these bands that are gonna be dying off have died off. You would kind of think like, all right, well, there's almost like a vacancy where someone else is gonna take that spot. I don't think that is the case anymore because
it's not.
It just
because
ends.
As we saw last week with what Kiss is trying to do, they're not stepping aside. They're not doing things the same way, but they're not like, all right, we're done. There's a sort of a vacancy out there on the big touring circuit now. No, they're trying to hold on to that.
Right.
And technology will enable people to do that.
Right. And then to PJ's point about the new rock bands, I mean, I don't envision a day ever when like Dirty Honey or the Struts is headlining a football stadium. It's just never going to happen. They're never rock bands as we know them are never going to ascend to that level of popularity.
It's not that important anymore for some reason. It's just not. Music is important, but the bands aren't as important as they once were. Therefore, it's just not a thing. It's not the way. It doesn't have that same element that we looked for.
Yeah.
So here's a question. We'll use Kiss as an example because we've talked about Kiss so much. Would you be more open to if quote-unquote Kiss toured and it was like, I'll just throw names out, Dave Grohl as Paul Stanley, Tommy Lee as Peter Criss, so on and so forth? Would that be a more viable future for a band like that?
What I thought they were going to do was announce a official
2.0.
2.0, like a authorized Kiss 2.0.
Yeah.
Because listen,
a foreigner.
Yeah. Like, fuck yeah, man. Foreigner Sabotage when they went out, like, towards the end. No
one knew that they were different guys. Sabotage.
Yeah, nobody was. Oh, go ahead.
My friend Eli. Sorry, Chris, and I'll let you continue. But my friend Eli Roth, great director, just did Thanksgiving, biggest movie of his career, awesome guy. He had a great fucking point when Polar Express came out. If you remember Polar Express with Tom Hanks, and it was like a kind of a weird computer version. Eli said, "Human beings do not relate and do not like fake human beings."
Yeah.
And I don't know if he said it as a proclamation or as a joke or as an aside, but I've always thought about he's right. People don't like that shit.
You know, I don't know anybody who likes that movie.
They don't.
Nobody likes that movie.
It's a fake Tom Hanks. Eli was right.
Yeah.
It's a fake version of Tom Hanks. I don't want to see a fake Paul and a fake Gene. If you put Todd Kearns in a Star Child makeup and said, this is the authorized Kiss fucking, not tribute, but replacement band or whatever the words are. It's like Zach and Charlie and Pantera. The celebration.
Yeah.
The guys that were angry about it are done. You go to the show, it's like, this is fucking killer.
Yeah.
Now, could they tour stadiums with the 2.0 Kiss? No. But they could do all the hard rocks and all the fucking... I'll say one last thing that I want Chris to give his opinion. When I took Ash, my son, to see Kiss in 2014 in Moline, Illinois.
Yeah, it's like near St. Louis.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
And his friend Julian, 2014, before the reunion was announced, and Paul was a lot cooler then. They brought Ash and Julian backstage, and Ash and Julian got to meet Paul and Gene and Tommy and Eric, and Ash and Julian got to watch Tommy do the fuck. And my son, I'll never forget what he said, he goes, the fucking Spaceman is awesome. He's fucking awesome. Ash loves the Spaceman.
Yeah.
His Spaceman is Tommy. So don't ever tell me that Ace is better or Bruce is better, because to my son, the Spaceman that he saw was the shit.
Yeah.
So they could continue that to where the Spaceman is fucking, I don't know, Nuno Bittencourt or fucking Steve Brown or fucking Rich Ward or whatever. The Spaceman. So that could work because it's a real human band playing human music.
Right.
Chris, what do you think?
I'll just go back to, because somebody's bringing it up on the chat, the whole, everybody always goes back to Foreigner, okay, and talking about no original members and it's a tribute band or whatever. It's like, there's not a single person on the planet who gives a shit that Ed Gagliardi isn't in the fucking band anymore, okay?
I don't even know the guys' names.
Right.
They never did.
They're there for the songs, and that's what they want to hear. And the current band is younger, and they're delivering the songs. That could go on forever. Leonard Skinner doesn't have any. Gary Rossington. Gary Rossington just died. That was it. He's the last of the original members. Yeah. Nobody cares that Ed King is not playing third guitar in Leonard Skinner. They want to hear the songs, and that can go on forever.
The songs live forever, Chris.
Yes.
You're right.
It's all the songs. It's all the songs.
Well, I mean, think of all the the doo-wop groups from the 50s.
Yeah.
They're still out there. Probably hardly. Maybe there's. Well, who did you go see? And the one guy was older than dirt and couldn't do anything, but he was on stage.
I saw the Shy Lights, and it was.
What's their song?
Baby, have you seen her? Have
you seen her?
Yeah.
It was fucking sampled by Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
Have you seen her?
So I saw them, and the one original guy was just sitting in a chair. He had to be in his mid-80s, and his only role in the show was to just be like, "Summer 1963," and then the band would just play it, and a different guy would sing it.
So the last shows Meatloaf did, when Meatloaf couldn't sing, same thing. So this song was written in 1976 with me and Jim Simon. It's called "Bad Out of Hell." And then the dude from American Idol, you probably know him, PJ, he's a great fucking rock, Caleb Johnson. He sang the song, and Meatloaf's fucked off. The song, Stuart Copeland said this to me when I had him on Talk is Jericho. When Sting and he first reunited in 06, 07, arguing, fighting,
mooning each other, like the most childish, stupid shit. And they finally said, listen, it's not about you or me, it's about the songs. The songs belong to the audience now. They don't belong to us. Let's just fucking do our job and let the people hear the songs. It's the same thing when there's a big problem going on with the Guess Who right now. If you guys don't know the Guess Who. Burton Cummings is very angry because in the 70s, he sold the trademark to the Guess Who, to the drummer, and he said, I don't fucking care about the Guess Who, I'm doing my own thing, and Randy Bachman was in Bachman turning overdrive, go fuck your ass, we hate the Guess Who. This drummer bought the trademark, and he's been doing the Guess Who ever since.
Yeah.
He's got a band of young fucking Turks playing Guess Who songs, and now Burton's angry. And he's suing them, and I want my fucking rights back, whatever.
And guess who's in it?
Brent Fitz.
Oh, is he?
Point being, and Rudy Sarzo was in the Guess Who for years before he was joined by
yes, correct.
Point being, listen, I understand, Burton. You sold the rights. No one, like maybe if you're from Winnipeg, you know Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman. If not, you just want to go hear the fucking songs.
Right. It's all about.
The marquee is bigger than the individual.
Dude, that's what if Kiss just did this, like the official fucking stamped 2.0 version. You know, it's not going to draw arena level crowds, but it's going to draw a good fucking crowd. And you're going to go, this, like Paul Stanley picked this guy to be him.
I'll tell you what. If you put 4 guys in makeup, Live Nation will put that shit in a shed tour in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought. I thought that Paul would go, playing the role of Paul Stanley is Todd Kearns. And Gene would go, playing the role of Gene Simmons is fucking, whoever. Like, even
2 years. 2 years.
Thanks for the balloons, dude. Appreciate that.
Or even you would.
A bunch of balloons just went up in front of you right now, PJ. Do you know that?
Yeah, where'd they come from?
How did you do that?
That was great.
I think you flashed that peace sign.
That's rock and roll.
Point being, for Kiss to go Avatars, I'm like, fuck, it's a cartoon. We've seen Kiss cartoons.
Yeah, that's it.
That was such a letdown after all this shit. Give me a new fucking band that plays your music. Give me an 80s non-makeup band that plays the brass mug, and I'm there. Like, fuck, I don't even care about Makeup Kiss. I fucking hate Makeup Kiss. I'm done. Give me fucking non-makeup 80s Kiss. I'm there.
You're there because you're in the band Quarantine, and you guys can pick up that mantle.
Well, we might have to. Yeah. New Quarantine song coming soon, by the way.
Oh, I saw a little tease about that.
Really?
That's it. You heard him. World tour.
It's coming.
I'm on it.
Hey,
get me somebody. And they get me somebody while I wait.
What is that from?
What's that?
What is that from?
That's from Christmas Vacation.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was from fucking Exposed.
Bill Murray's brother.
Gents, it's been a great time. I think we should probably wrap this up because nobody wants to listen to any podcast for over 2.5 hours. The same Joe Rogan.
Plus
and nobody probably is, so.
My wife's going to cut my balls off.
Stop recording. Let's just keep playing.
Are we going to do another one after Andy hits stop?
We've done it before.
We've done it before.
We did last. We did the. Here's the thing, PJ. We did the classic album clash, Pump versus Permanent Vacation. Then we did Loudness, Crazy Nights. Then we did Where Eagles Stare at Iron Maiden 3 in a row.
That was a long night, and that was after an event for you too.
After pay-per-view,
yeah,
pre-pandemic too, right before.
It was like the week before.
I lost the title that night. It was February.
Yep.
2 weeks later, complete worldwide shutdown, lockdown.
It was.
Maybe I shouldn't have lost the title.
It was leap year, the 29th.
Coincidence? I don't think so.
The world wasn't ready to handle anything.
The world wasn't ready to fucking have me lose the title.
No.
And when I did, the Chinese went batshit crazy, literally.
Yeah, no one talked about that in the news, but that's what happened.
Hot button issue.
They were not ready for that. All right. Well, thank you very much. It's so nice to see you guys again. Hope you have a great Christmas. Hope you have
a blast, guys. Fuck, I don't want to leave.
Happy holidays.
We should have a fucking Jerry Lewis telethon and stay on the air for 48 hours.
Get ripped
in. Make money for the Chris L.
Nick's gonna come out with a bucket of.
I'm gonna do my Rip Taylor act if we do something like that.
We should, and we could do a live Nick Makes Dainties on.
That'd be good. Yeah, we could do this.
Chris could do a fucking live solo song and dance.
Yeah.
Date balls, baby.
All right, fellas.
All right. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
See you next time.
Here comes PJ Farley, stepping
Pepe Castro's gonna sue all your asses.
Now it's a good